Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with another stream, the TFS channel, the TFS segment actually. The Falsify, the Football Showdown, you name it, we are back. We actually, you know what? I have a lot of things to say, a lot of enthusiasm. Why? Because finally, someone who makes or the channel that makes a lot of Arsenal content has finally content to talk about, has finally something to talk about after so long, because for the last 3 4 streams we've been talking about what? Liverpool, Barcelona, Manchester United, Newcastle. We spoke about Newcastle as well. We spoke about Man City. Uh, we spoke even about Como at a point. So we're just literally scratching for content. But today it's an Arsenal centric stream. We are back. Let me call upon the usual suspects or my friends, Parth and Arush. Hey guys, how are you?
Usual
Good, good,
suspects.
good, man, good,
Uh
good.
yeah. My introduction has been butchered because of the fact that we are streaming finally regarding Arsenal and we have Arsenal content to talk about, right? But yeah, such a big occasion calls for a big collaboration. This person has been a huge name in the Twitter space. If you guys are from Twitter, I'm sure you guys will know about this, right? I was I mean, Parth and Arush were kind enough to introduce me to this person. It's only right for me to bring him onto the channel and let him introduce himself. Hey Samfur, also known as
Y-
Prath, how are you?
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, guys. A big fan of your channel. I've been watching you guys since the last couple of months, and I think
Mm,
this is a really upcoming channel. And you guys are, I would say, one of the best content creators, especially when you're talking about Indian-driven content, because I don't
mm,
think a lot of people actually, push analytic-driven content on YouTube. So really
right.
happy to be here. Really
Mm,
happy to finally collaborate with you,
yep.
and yeah, looking forward to the stream.
Mm. And to be fair, we've been try to get you on streamer, I think, for quite some time as well, right? So if we're so happy that you have given us your time on this channel. But yeah, where do we begin, boys? Do we talk like from the MLS contract extension, or do we talk about party leaving? Which one is better to start with? But I'm
Contract
so happy that
extension.
contract extension. Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool. Yeah, MLS extending his contract with Arsenal for another 5 years. Thoughts? It has to be simple thoughts.
Arush.
Um,
Of course, Parsons.
yeah, okay, he's as old as me, so let's just say it. Um, MLS signing a contract is one of the biggest things that can happen to this season and to
Hmm,
Arsenal Football Club
hmm,
for the future that we behold with uh, talents from Hayland actually coming in. So
hmm.
Ethan Waneri, we know how good of a season he's had. We know
Right.
that Real Madrid had him on the radar as well. We know
Hmm,
he signed a contract now. We're all chill. He has stayed humble. He has signed a contract. The video was quite amazing, I'd say, because it's really
right.
wholesome when you involve your family in a extension and stuff like
Hmm,
that. So
hmm,
I think footballing wise, he's just so versatile. We know how he can play multiple positions,
hmm,
how he bloomed as that surprise last season when we had just signed Cala Fury as well. So
hmm, hmm,
he's just gonna get better and better, and he's become an England international now. He's gonna hold that position as well. So I
hmm,
just hope everything goes by. He has an injury-free career,
hmm,
uh, English abuse-free journalistic view about him as well.
hmm.
Because we know how they like throwing down players who do well. So I just
Yeah.
hope everything falls into its place. But he's just signed a contract, man. Let's just go.
Right. Parth?
Uh, it might sound the most cliche thing ever that a contract extension is just seen as a new signing, but it
Hmm,
indeed is, because securing the future of the likes of Ethan Vaneri and MLS, it was a priority, because
hmm.
these are two guys who have literally saved us hundreds of millions. Because if
Right.
we go and look for a talent like theirs in the market, it would easily come upwards of 70 odd million. It currently even is. So
Hmm,
tying them down to long term contracts, and
hmm,
fending out all the interest from Real Madrid, it is incredible. And at the end of the day, they are here and boys. So any contract extension being served
with them being at the forefront, bring.
Before we continue, we have close to 17 concurrent views. I know why most of you guys are here. He's coming soon. He has a little bit network issues, I think, but now that you're here, keep liking the stream. We're trying to push this stream onto the algorithm so that it helps push it to other people so that we get more people to watch this content and build this community. As we've been saying from the start, this is a community that we're trying to build for Arsenal, for all the football fans out there as well, rival, non-rival as well. So keep subscribing, keep liking, and we're trying to hit the 1.5k subscribers as well. So if you're new, keep subscribing to the channel. Like I said, there was a slight network issue, I'm sure. Let me just add him again. Okay.
Yeah, I'm extremely sorry. The net had some issues.
It's fine. It's
No,
fine.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
So we were talking about MLS contract
Mm-hmm.
extension.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it, Prath?
Uh, yeah, I think it's really good. Like we are, kind of extending all these players just before the preseason starts actually, because
Hmm.
there are the five important contract extensions which we have to do, right?
Hmm.
One of them is like Saka, obviously Saliba is there.
Yeah.
Ethan is still remaining.
Hmm.
So obviously MLS and Gabriel Miguel is both of them done
Hmm.
before before July, before we
Hmm.
go to Spain, right? Which is like I
Hmm.
think the 10th of July. So I think
Hmm.
to have both of these done before
Hmm.
before we go to preseason, a very good thing with us. So I've seen a
Hmm.
lot of people actually sort of say negative stuff before 2 days ago, right? That you're not actually you're not signing anyone, you're not doing anything, etc., etc. But
Right.
I think
Right.
these contract extensions are as important as new signings, because like if
Hmm.
you bring these players from another league or another club, these are like 50, 60, 70 million sort of players you're getting in. So while
Hmm.
people are like jealous of what Liverpool have been doing, like City have been
Hmm.
doing, I think
Hmm.
you can add both of these people as do both of these contract extensions are signing as well. So like
Right.
it's a very positive stuff, very positive
Hmm.
start to the season for
Hmm.
us. And like considering Berta is like very new to Arsenal, he has been doing a good job for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Fair enough.
that's
Fair enough. Because imagine getting okay, if we didn't have MLS, right, then Hato would have become unnecessary. Investing close to like 35, 40 million again on a defender would have been costly, and
yep,
having an internal solution saves you millions. People
yep,
have a certain things to say about uh who's that against Mosquera as well. We'll come to
yeah,
that, but everything
yeah,
one by one we'll take in.
yeah.
First thing first, party leaving. Finally, man, finally. For last 3 years, I've been screaming. 3 years, I've been screaming. We need to get rid of party, not because of his off the field antics. On the field shit has been like crap for last 3 years. Finally, one season he played and he's been asking for 200, 220, or 250k per week. I'm glad they took a stand and they said no, this is it. I'm glad in a way, but yeah, immediately we brought in a DM who's been proven in the Premier League. Not
Mm-hmm.
many people have rated him. I'm sure we are four people. We could have different opinions, but do you guys share a common opinion that he is an underrated signing that Arsenal have uh, pulled off? Because what we're getting a replacement for Partey for like 9 to 11 million,
Nine
million
million pounds. Yeah.
depending on the currency. If I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah.
So
It's around 10 to 15 as well. I mean, Talksport is saying 10 to 15 million. A
hmm,
couple of guys, and the thing is, a lot of people are actually quoting euros as well, right? Because
hmm, hmm,
that's the one problem. Because when you talk about signings for 10 million or 15 million,
hmm,
so it actually doesn't get highlighted whether we are talking about euros or whether we are talking about pounds, and that
right.
actually makes a lot of difference as well, like the
Hmm,
quotation.
hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, again, the media outlets will change the currency depending to show which is the higher one, huh, right? Because when Liverpool made some nice signings, they showed the higher value currency. But when they made some nice cheeky bits, that they didn't showcase. So again,
yeah.
I'm not blaming Liverpool. I'm just saying how the media outlets always tend to like show the higher number to like just
Yep.
I
showcase
wasn't
something.
even aware of Rice being signed for upwards of 115 million. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Arish, what do you think about the signing?
I think it came out of nowhere. We thought it was a
Huh.
joke a couple of weeks back, to be honest, that why are we entertaining a Norgaard when we have
Mm,
Partey extending or when we have like much younger options
mm,
in different leagues or in the Premier League itself. But I
right.
think Norgaard, for a player, I think he brings in
Mm,
a lot of experience. He's the captain for Denmark, he's the captain for Brentford.
mm,
He's very good aerially. He is
mm,
someone who's no nonsense in defense. We know
mm,
how he plays. We know how he plays.
mm,
It goes under the radar. Why? Because he's not playing for a top six club. He
yeah.
is competing for a Brentford side that
Mm,
under Frank has been great, but
mm,
gone under the radar. Why? Because he's also touching 32 next year or something like that. So
huh,
lots of people have complained as to how we are going for an option that's
mm,
elderly, and they were also the type of people who were rating the party signing for
mm,
250K and
mm,
a 32-year-old being signed. So it just
mm,
doesn't make sense as to how you can't um
mm,
put facts into how a 31-year-old Premier
mm,
League
mm,
proven, someone who's gone 6 seasons in the Premier League, almost
yep,
injury free, is
mm,
going to bring to this club with the minimal minutes or with the emergency minutes that is going to be given throughout the season. Because
right.
if you see how our midfield pans now, it's got Zubimendi, Rice, it's got
Mm,
Norgaard and Merino and MLS playing that defensive midfielder role whenever needed. So
mm,
it's just squad depth that is being prioritized from Andhra Berta, I feel, a lot,
yep.
because he
Mm,
is seeing this to be a necessity. And
mm,
what I'd also like to say is us going for these cheap deals, say even a Mosquera, it
mm,
it tells us as to how prone we are in spending an attack now. Now that
right.
we know that these signings are being done, even the Kepa 5 million release clause being triggered, all of
Mm,
this just tells us as to how prone we are to spend in these attacking areas. So I think it's
mm,
a big positive. Norgard, there's nothing wrong you can say about this transfer.
mm.
He's good in set pieces as well, so terrorism is surely going to happen to the opposite.
Right, right. By the way, the concurrent viewers who are bringing the chat, thank you so much for all of it. I'm not skipping any of them. I'm just bringing up what is relevant to the conversation. We are definitely seeing all the ones that you're talking about, essay regarding other players as well.
Mhm.
We'll bring it up again when we're talking about those specific sections. So we're not skipping anything. Don't worry about that. Okay. This is nice comment from Aditya saying that there is some pessimism in the fan base. Before people were saying, why aren't we signing anyone? Now we are acting people are why are we buying a striker? Okay, in a way you are right. I mean, in a way people are right. Why are we not signing an attacker? But people have forgotten the bit where there is something called, I think many clubs have it, right? Liverpool has it. No, Liverpool doesn't have it. Man City has it. Chelsea has that, and some more. United, well, it's not even called that, but there's something called the bench, right? Arsenal do not have a bench because people forget that the season is done. Oh, somehow the playing level is the only one that we need to refine and retune, or like put in all the adjectives to it to make it sound better, right? But there is something called the bench. But now, if you have somebody who's available 38 games and the Champions League in Norgaard, or if you have a keeper who's not going to dive outside the D box but inside the D box, and I'm sure, right, that will be a great plus for the Arsenal team. Don't you guys agree as well? Mark, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I completely agree with this because in Norgaard, not only are we bringing in a profile that
Hmm,
suits the kind of system we want to play, a no
hmm,
nonsense defend CDM, not a defender. He will
hmm,
help us a lot, and also
hmm,
not only is he a proper CDM, but also he is very good in progressing the ball and
hmm,
playing in a side like Brentford that focuses a lot on counter attacking football and
hmm,
capitalizing on the breaks that are offered. And under Frank, Embo, Tony, Visa were able to succeed because they had someone like a Christian Nørgaard
hmm,
behind them. And
hmm,
it's just he is not someone who's great on the ball. I mean,
hmm,
he won't do bits in terms of manipulating small spaces, but he's very good when it comes to covering large spaces, covering for his other pivot partner, and
hmm,
that is what he brings. And even
hmm,
if you look at our midfield currently, with Thomas Partey and Jorginho leaving, it was imperative that these positions were filled by two players, and we have signed Zubimendi and Norgaard just for that. So the narrative that Arsenal are signing players that we don't need is just lazy, because we have to sign the players that are going. It's just that Arsenal hasn't signed a striker or a left winger for a long time, and that is why it's a common perception that a defender and midfielder is not needed at the club.
So I just want to add a couple of things with regards to Partey. The thing is, there is a guy who I actually follow on Twitter. I think you must have read his tweet as well. His name is Buchi Laba, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, he made a video yesterday on what happened regarding Partey, like behind the scenes stuff. And apparently, like, I follow him and he knows him. I mean, I talked to him, and what he said is that, Ornstein liked his video on Instagram, so that's what he said. Like, it's mostly like true. So his the gif was like, it's like, we wanted to keep Jorginho, and Partey was someone like, we were supposed to get rid of from the start of the year, like. So Jorginho was the person who, like, the player whom we wanted to stay. Like, the deal, the talks were happening behind the scenes for 6 to 7 months, and like, there was the indication that he might stay back, and we were giving him opportunity to coach as well. So in certain games, I think you must have noticed Jorginho coming near the near the pitch, and instructing players to do certain things.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us have noticed this. So we have given him that sort of opportunity as well, right? And then Brazilian club came, which is his boyhood club, and they offered him the same thing plus a 3 years contract, right? Which is like a big thing for him, because now it's his last big contract. So he decided to leave, right? And after that, then we suddenly thought that we are losing an experienced person. Why not actually try and extend Partey? And it was like on our terms, it's not on his terms, right? So it was like a reduced salary, it was reduced contract length as well, right? And the talk started to happen. I think Ornstein tweeted something around April. So like I would assume the deal started, like the talk started around April, mid April something. And a month or so or 2 months down the line, the deal didn't get finalized, right? So and so like we had to get rid of him. So the thing is, like, he was more or less a backup. We sort of knew that we have to get rid of him. And I think it's overall a very good decision to have, because I think his legs have slowly started to like degrade as well. The space has gone. The advantage which we had was his on the ball movement has also like decreased a lot. Like, his decision making has also like been down. Like, so we can't depend on him for the next 2 or 3 years down the line. So Norgaard, like, is a very good signing. Again, if you read all the Brentford fans reacting to the tweet, Ornstein tweets, come to know is a very important player for him. And a couple of good Brentford accounts whom I follow, like, they were in complete shock, because what's happening is, in the week's time, they have lost Frank, they've lost Mbiopo, they've lost Norgaard as well, right? So like, 3 big profiles leaving within a week's time. So it's a bit of a shock for them as well, right? And as Parth mentioned, like, he's a very underrated player. Like, last season, he was one of the most underrated players for me, especially. Obviously, he's very good in the defensive phase, like tackles. You talk about aerial duels, ball recoveries, interceptions. He's very, very good at that. And obviously, physical presence, which will help us like score goals from the corners as well, which is very important for Arteta, right? So. Sort of what's happening is that we have now box crashers in Merino and Kai Havertz. We have players who are space eaters in Norgaard and Rice. So like, we have a complete sort of profiles in defensive mid sort of areas. Like, we have options where suddenly, if Rice goes out, it shouldn't be like we don't have a like to like replacement. That's actually Norgaard coming in, right? So it's really important for us to like get in players like him on cheap, which will like kind of help us invest a lot in strikers and the left wing, which are up, which I think we would get in the future, right?
Right. And also another point about Norgaard, right? I don't know if you guys saw this nice interview segment, and not segment, a section where Frank talks about his captain, why he made Norgaard the captain. Did you guys see that? Did the chat did anyone see that? I I think it was making the round, but anyways, brief. It was vaguely regarding the point like why he made Norgaard the captain, because of the fact that he doesn't shy away from telling the youngsters to do their job when they're not doing the job. At the same time, he doesn't fear in being the one responsible to push them as well.
Mhm.
So it's like
So
how
somewhat like a Shaka, right? Shaka was
yeah,
somewhat similar
Yeah.
to.
exactly. That's what I was thinking, because now that you bring up Xhaka as well, people have been talking about this. Norgaard almost broke Nelly's leg as well in the previous season home game. Yeah, if Xhaka did that, it would have been red card, but Norgaard did
We
that, so there's nothing.
we need a dog in the midfield.
But yeah, Krishan, Sujit bhai, please take. Okay, wait, what did he say? Oh, I read this. I thought it'll be like nice to bring it up later, but okay. Congratulations on new DM, new center back.
Next
Next,
attacking goalkeeper.
yeah. Kepa is still an attacking goalkeeper if you think about it. No?
He attacked Sari. So yeah, yes.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's where it started. Yes, of course. But yeah, this segment on this channel is called the False Five. We barely have 5 people on the channel, right? It's always 3 people, sometimes two, or it even starts with one and then becomes three in the end. But today, I don't know for what reasons, for which star is aligned or which something is aligned, we have 5 people. Let me introduce the fifth guest, fifth person who is not so regular, but a dear friend of ours, Raja. Hey Raja, how are you?
Yeah, how are you guys?
And
What's
he's
up?
okay. Yeah, man. Welcome. Any final thoughts on Norgaard before we move to the next bit, that is centre backs or Kepa or even Sesko?
On Norgaard, it's a shrewd signing, a proven leader in the Premier League. He'll give us the dueling capacity and everything in midfield. I'd rather prefer have him over signing Agume and not getting Mosquera. The thing that's happening right now. Yeah.
Straight
And
went for this.
I hold the exact opposite view.
Okay. Nice. It's a nice segue to the next bit, I guess. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll take in a few comments that has already spoken about this. If it's Mosquera, then no Hato. Okay, there are conversations regarding this. We will definitely discuss about it. Bipra, I will definitely take in your comment when we bring it up. Mosquera is moving very quickly. Yes. Internal sources also have confirmed that this is probably will get a here we go as the stream is going on. Let's hope it happens on the stream. It would be our first here we go when we are on stream. Who knows, right? Which else do we talk about?
Mosquera moves quickly on the pitch and off the field as well.
Yeah. Okay, Christian is Otto already signed. By the way, the quota of Arsenal signing a goalkeeper and a Chelsea player this season already done. By the way, all the past signings from Chelsea is worth it.
Yeah.
No.
Sterling
If
has been
it
worth it.
sure. Sterling, Willian. Oh, beautiful signings. But yeah, David Lewis was good. Petr was good.
Dallas was also there, right? We gave him the number 10 jersey.
Yeah.
Welcome Ayush. Welcome Ayush bhai. Thank you for saying only this and not more than that. Please, thank you. I hope you're not trying to do something else that you already do. Buy some attackers. Trust me, bro. Not just us five on this segment. Literally, the entire fan base has been saying the same thing. We need to sign an attacker. Definitely. What is there? It's fine. Last year though we have been leaky in our set pieces, right? Probably this time we'll go in all forces and score from set pieces only.
I think the way we are moving, Norgaard is someone who will help us, like who can play centre forward and might, since January, after January, like what we did with Medina, the same thing will happen in Norgaard, right? So use him as a centre forward if no one comes in. So like it's sort of an attacking option as well.
Oh my god!
I think not many know that when Norgaard signed, the next season was when not Inaki Kana, Nico Yover, he left Brentford for
Hmm.
this thing, for City and then Arsenal and stuff like that. So it makes sense as to how now also Brentford's main coach is going to be a set piece coach who's been promoted to a manager. So
Hmm.
it tells
Wow.
you a lot in terms of set pieces also.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I also kind of like Norgaard, and when it comes to Norgaard and thinking about signing a prospect DM next season or even this season, I
Hmm.
feel he in fact facilitates the move, because if we have Norgaard this season,
Hmm.
our depth would be Norgaard, Rice, Zubimendi, and MLS. MLS because he comes into the midfield come what may, so he
Yep.
basically plays in the midfield.
Yes.
Hmm.
Now that we have got these many players, Norgaard can let Zubimendi settle in and not play every single game if he's not up to the pace with the league, which we
Hmm.
indeed saw with Merino when he
Hmm.
just came in. So
Hmm.
we have that security with Norgaard, and next season Norgaard will be signed for like 2-3 years. I feel it would be the contract would be up until 2028. So 3 years basically.
Hmm.
So if we are to do that, we can definitely sign a prospect CDM in this window and then loan him out, or just sign one next season and then eventually phase Merino out. I feel that this would happen. This should happen because he is the
Hmm.
only possible guy who we can get some money out of when it comes to
How
a
old
midfield.
is Merino?
30, he'll turn 30
28.
this year. He's 29.
28.
No, I think
Oh,
He's
okay.
hey, he's
29.
28, bro.
He's 29. He just turned 29
Oof.
or
Okay.
something like that. He's 29. He's 29.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So
Guys,
just
20
He's
concurrent
29.
viewers, only
He turned
11
29
likes. Come
last
on,
week.
push those likes to like 15 to at least 20. Bring those likes as higher as possible. But yeah.
and it, I feel it makes sense to let go of Merino because I don't see Merino playing any role if MLS has moved into the midfield next season, because we'll have Havertz who can deputize as the LCM. We'll have
Hmm.
Rice. We'll have MLS.
Hmm.
Merino will
It
not
depends
be a
on
backup center forward.
it depends on if you're actually interested in Hato as well, right? Zorel
Hmm.
Hato, because like if he comes in, we have a lot of options on the left, right? So we
Yeah.
need to phase someone out. Like we will probably push someone like MLS in midfield this season itself, right? So
Hmm.
obviously, if Kivior and all are still there, so that actually brings in a lot of questions with regards to the midfield.
Hmm.
Right. Right. Uh, okay.
Saudi
Go
Saudi
on.
to
Go
come in clutch for Merino next summer
on.
or January.
Saudi
He's
can
also
Give
come
us
in
that
for
40 million.
Saudi can come in for any player and every player, but they'll not come in for a player at Arsenal. For some
Only
reason, they
they'll
don't
only come
fancy.
for the like 2 days left for the transfer window to close, and then they'll come for Trossard, like bro. But okay, we'll take in few comments regarding Norgaard, and then we'll go to the part that I think many people are very opinionated about. Right? Cool. Stay with me. Uh, Stay with me, and I forget which one to bring. Arteta learned his mistake on signing Lokonga and Vieira, so they are going for an EPL proven Norgaard.
Yes,
Fair
good
enough.
shot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
we
Go on. Go on.
totally forgot about Vieira. We still have to sell him.
yeah.
Who
Huh.
will buy him, man?
You,
As
you,
depth,
you, huh.
keep Fabio Vieira. I don't mind him.
No.
Sell him
We'll,
deeply.
it's best we sell him because we can still get something if we sell him now. We can't like sell him if he's just sitting on the bench and doing nothing, right?
Yes.
Mm. Now I'm saying about this Kepa for 5 million. No way, most of the signings are failed. See, the thing is, right? Sterling, even though we got him for free and paid his wages, we still feel he was a failure. So it depends how you see things, right?
We
uh,
paid we paid lesser for Sterling than Chelsea was paying for Sterling for keeping him out of Chelsea. So yeah,
yeah. Liverpool winning the Premier League, by the way, Lalabai.
quadruple.
Norgaard was for 45 million. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
This is a funny bit. So I don't. Are you guys aware? I think you guys might have seen, right? So before the report came out that Arsenal signing Norgaard
Oh,
for
the
like 11
Chelsea,
million.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tottenham one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tottenham.
yeah.
Somebody said Norgaard was like for 45 million, and then literally after
2 days
7 or
ago,
8.
man. The report was on 23rd of June. and the price
Hmm.
quoted was 45 million pounds.
Yep.
Turn that 6 upside down. It's a 9. Oh. Every number
Merino,
6 that you
bro.
say.
Give me a 9
Merino.
now. Give me a 9.
Yeah. Norgaard center forward seriously. Yeah. Fair enough.
Resourcefulness.
Hmm. Okay, these guys are going at each other in the comments itself. Oh, then why did you buy Merino अगर इतना जल्दी phase out करना था?
अरे,
क्योंकि I have no
He
answer.
served his purpose
We
last year.
weren't aware of what we would do the next window, so it's like an
Yeah.
opportunity signing as well, right? So
Hmm.
because the thing is, we were actually last year we were actually considering playing Rice at at the base, like at 6, and Merino or someone else like Havertz was obviously the player who we thought will play LCM role, right? So like the things changed. I'm not sure what happened in the training ground, for example. I'm not sure what actually brought in the change, but we started playing Rice as advanced midfielder, and then
Right.
started moving Party to 6. So I mean things change very quickly. It's not like any player we brought earlier is a failure or such. Like some signings are which work and some signings don't work, right? So it's like a part of the game. It's not like even if you see City, right? City actually let go of Gundogan in a year's time. I think they're selling him in this summer. So I wouldn't say it's a flop. It's like they thought he would help them out initially, like last season, but now they don't require him as much as they do. Like they had like last season. Like.
Right.
Also, the
Yeah,
emergence of
exactly.
MLS has played a big role in us
Yes,
saying
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Because had MLS not been on the scene, then Mikel Merino would have been the backup
Would have
LCM
been the
and
backup. Yeah.
he could even play DM if need be. Yeah.
True. Since you're matching names, how about Damsgaard as backup for Odegaard?
Since we're also
One is
matching
already there,
names,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Since we're
Go
also
on.
matching names, we're signing 2 Christians in a span of 2 days, bro.
Mosquera and
Christian
who's the other?
Nørgaard.
Christian
Oh,
Nørgaard
okay.
and
His first name is.
yeah.
Never mind. Merino is good backup, at least better than some say it's misprofiling of Fabio Vieira. That is why he's
No
not
one
that
has
guy.
even seen Fabio Vieira play for Arsenal consistently, man.
Hmm.
I just remember one performance of his, the United one, where he just gave an assist to Gabriel Jesus. उसके अलावा मुझे कुछ याद भी नहीं उसने क्या किया है क्या नहीं किया.
I remember his goal against Brentford. It was really good.
Yeah, true.
अरे on his debut, yeah.
Debut
I
second half, I
also
think in the first 5 minutes he scored. Yeah.
हाँ.
I also remember the top bins in the American preseason as well, bro. How
The
can you forget
Community
that?
Shield.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Community Shield as well.
I
Community
think
Oh,
Shield.
communist.
physically is not there. Like like talent wise is there, but physically is not like capable to play in the Premier League as of
Yeah.
now. So it's like a very good decision to like move on from him, like before his value tanks further, right? So it does make sense, and his loan wasn't a big success, I would say. Like we expected a lot since he was going back to Portugal, back to Porto in familiar conditions, etc. But like he hasn't returned what we expected, right? So I think
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure whether all the even the player side or the club would like to get him another loan. I think he's gone, as good as gone for me.
Yeah. But again, the emergence of Vaneri has played a big role
Yes,
in
yes,
Vieira's profile becoming redundant for us.
yep.
Because he
Yeah,
occupies the exact positions that Vieira would have occupied. He would have
Yep.
played as a right winger to cover for Saka, which he did play at Arsenal, and in Odegaard's position, which indeed he's played in that position as well.
Zubameti का number Sociedad में 336 था. Oh, 3 plus 6 9. Nice. Okay. Is that all we have for now? Parte Lelo 999. Okay. Take Merino, you need striker, 50 million cut, summer deal.
Merino's value currently is also at 55 million, by the way.
What? Maybe for all those goals, who knows? Yeah. Like the stream, yes, we finally hit 15 likes. I hope you guys keep liking because there are 24 concurrent views. There is a lot more to discuss, a lot of insight to bring in as well. Another moment of Fabio Vieira was that assist to Martinelli in the Aston Villa game. You could talk.
The Jorginho game. The
Yeah,
Jorginho game.
this one. Yeah.
Jorginho.
I remember Fabio's bicycle attempt was Spurs at 2-2 draw, or was it Fulham? I think the Fulham, because the Fulham game, remember, he came off and then he had 2 assists. No, that one assist to Eddie. Then he
And
won
the
a penalty
one.
as well. Penalty, and then he.
Fair enough, man. Okay,
Hmm.
Vieira has some memorable moments, but yeah, some. He's done at Arsenal.
Yep. Arsenal will sign striker when, please, if before the window ends. That is what we are hoping as well. I think a link are raha hai. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about the Eze link now, or do you guys want to talk about the Mosquera and the Sesko?
Mosquera?
Okay, we'll talk about Mosquera. Right. Okay. Since Raja has something controversial to say, you know what, Raja, this is your moment. Go ahead. Tell us something that will like blow our minds off.
Yeah, I've been following Mosquera for like 2 years, mainly because our guy Rahul, because of him. And his calmness on the ball and everything. I mean, we will be secured in that position even if in case Saliba goes to Madrid. Right? If he asks for too much money in wages and everything, we'll have that security in Mosquera to not downgrade too much. He's obviously a certain downgrade to a certain level, but he won't be too big of a downgrade. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it also helps us in contract negotiations with Saliba to not extort us to a crazy extent as well. He just cannot threaten us to run down the contract. We'll be secured, and if he doesn't sign the contract by next summer, yeah, you can go, bro. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. So what's controversial in this?
Nothing.
Damn it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, wait. Also, the thing with not signing Jorel Hato as well. I think we are better invested in signing Mosquera right now over signing Hato for this current squad.
Okay.
Just better use of the funds, addressing the immediate issue of having a backup for Saliba.
I think again, like a lot of people actually don't realize how much minutes Saliba has been playing last 3 years, right? So like consistently playing 90 minutes. Like last season, before the Madrid game, like I had gone to a screening in Mumbai, and like I was discussing with a lot of Arsenal fans and Madrid fans as well. It's like a miracle. Saliba has been playing at that level, like consistently playing 90 minutes. I think he had 50 90 minutes or something like last season. So like it's unbelievable to consistently play at that level, even mentally, right? It's not only physically. Like you play 90 minutes and again three days down the line, again you have another big match coming up. And we were in a PL title race, we were in the Champions League, we are in the semi-finals, like, so very very big games coming up very fast, and these players are continuously playing, right? So it's very important to like have backups in place, like as Raja mentioned, Mosquera is someone who can replace Saliba in case of any emergency, like even if he wants to rest him, it's possible to bring him and play, right? So it's not a scenario where we have to play like Saliba if he's injured, like what happened with Timber, right? Or what happened with Rice a year back, that we had to like compulsorily play these players, and then an injury happens and then they cannot rest as well, right? And that creates a lot of problems later on. So I think it's very important to have backups in every position. It's really sad that we are not aware of what happened with Tomiyasu. I think he's a quality player, but like we are not sure what exactly is wrong with him. When he's back, will he be able to play this year or not? Like, what exactly is the scenario? Like, everyone is like quiet regarding him. But otherwise, like, he would be the player, like, who would be, a deputy to White or Timber or even Saliba. But, if you just discount him, I think Mosquera is a very, very good signing in that perspective.
Yep. We also,
I just don't get. Yep, 1 second, I'll just finish up. I just don't get Arsenal fans being very salty towards signing Mosquera because they're going on about we are signing more defenders. Where is the attacker and stuff? Like, bro, we just had Rob Holding as backup to Saliba just 2 years ago, where we lost the
Yeah,
title
yeah,
just because of that.
yeah, correct.
I mean, people just have short-term memories, bro. Like, come on, bro.
And
Yeah,
then
go on, Raj.
also these are the same type of guys who will then say how our defenders are getting hamstrings, then also say how players like
Like,
Ben White are being
yeah,
overused. Then you say that Timber plays the next season because of White's injuries, who is coming off an ACL. And then you also have them playing Saliba's role, Saliba going 3 seasons without proper rest, and then also Tomiyasu not being there at the club for almost 3 seasons again. So it's just an accumulative um a, a outburst of like almost everything that has made us to even take a decision at our right center back, because we were so desperate in this position that we had Kivior developed as a right center back for the club.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's been playing minutes in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, even against Madrid. I mean, I don't know if against Madrid, but in some
After
of the
in the PL games, he had
yeah,
Kivior and
He played
Calafiore.
at right center
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
exactly.
at
It
right
just
center back.
tells you how desperate we were in terms of signing. And then there are some players who, there were some people also saying that Norgaard should have been replaced by a young player. Then you get Mosquera, who's a young player. Then you say that he should have been replaced by someone who's much more
Exactly.
experienced and
Extreme.
say PL proven like Guehi or someone. So it's just a never-ending debate in terms of different contexts, but it is good that we are prioritizing positions like these as well.
Because if we look at the primary position of defenders, we actually do not have another centre back who can cover for Saliba. Yes, we've got
Right.
right backs who can play at centre back, but that is a case which we don't want to usually, which we don't want to end ourselves up in. And that has happened the last season, even this season when Saliba was suspended. It was Timber who had to come play at right centre back because we didn't have a right centre back. Then Gabriel, if Gabriel is absent, then we have Kivior. Kivior is a perfect left centre back, but then again, if he's been asked to play out of position as a right centre back, that hampers the way we carry the ball and the way we build attacks. And when it comes to the left hand side, we have got left-footed players on the left hand side, so they obviously can't slot in at right centre back. So we definitely need an upgrade in that position. And Mosquera is someone who Arush has covered extensively in the under 21 Euros, and even I've watched some games of him, and in my opinion, and I even discussed this with Arush, that he has a very similar profile to Dean Huijsen, and we were after Dean Huijsen for quite some time. So if we haven't landed him at the Emirates, Mosquera for 25 odd million is a no-brainer. I mean, 25 million in today's day and age for a prospect, for a great centre back who will down the years start for Spain, it's a no-brainer. And when Huijsen has gone for 50 million.
Yeah, I just like to add a couple of things with Mosquera, which I have seen. Like, if you
Right.
see his, body, it's like typical South Indian body with a kind of a Spanish understanding. It's like it's a very rare combo. Like they are very technical as well, and
Yeah.
they have that aggression as well. So like it's a very good good combo to have, and I think it's very good at defending wide areas, right? So like if you see what he has done while seeing him in the under 21s, like he's very good with dribbles and tackles as well, and he's a very good recovery defender as well, right? So like he actually complements someone like Calafiore, right, who's much more adventurous. So like we'll have a right-footed Gabriel, I would say, like in the squad. Like so we'll allow
Yeah. Good.
a player like Calafiore to drift forward. Obviously, Zubimendi will also be there, like a six who will be dropping deep and helping us out defensively. But that profile allows centre back like Calafiore a lot. I think that's a very good. So if you're combining Calafiore and Mosquera, considering like Gabriel will be starting at left centre back most of the time.
Right.
So these two combination will help us a lot. So I think it's a very, very good signing for us, especially like the amount which we are talking about, like 15 million, 20, 25 million. It's a no-brainer for me. Like, and again,
And
like he's a 20, 21-year-old guy, right? And Arteta has shown that he can improve players. So like, it's a very, very good deal for me.
and also he was proceeding to the final year of his contract, so it's very clever to actually do something like this, because you always know a club like Real Madrid, being from
Yeah.
Spain, could entice him at the last moment, because
Yeah.
you're seeing links to Konate, you're seeing them sign Hoyson and stuff like that. So it's a very smart deal to be pulling off for Arsenal.
I think Leipzig, yesterday, the reports of Leipzig actually, coming in and bidding. I think, I'm not sure whether they bid or not, but the amount quoted was like 20 million, and they were very much interested, like that, agreed personal terms, etc. But I think they don't have the money to give. Like, I'm not sure what sort of deal was happening, but apparently they do not have money. So like it helps, like that actually helps us with Sesko as well, right? Because now we know they actually desperately need money in the future, like to get signings as well. So like we are in a good position that way. Like it will help benefit Sesko getting a good player in Mosquera as well, right? So yeah, I think that's a very,
Also,
very good deal for us.
I'll just point out one last thing about Mosquera. He is right-footed, so basically he is a cover for Saliba. But in the under 21 Euros, he predominantly played as a left-sided centre back, being right-footed, so he can even slot in for someone like a Gabriel. And as Pratt said, he's got the mold of a Gabriel with the on-the-ball abilities and defending of Saliba. That is how I'd class him.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I have to ask this question. Okay? I'm genuinely, my brain is still stuck there. Two things, right? First thing, I'll bring the second point first. The point where you said Mascara is like a very Gabriel-esque player. I completely agree. Dan, more than a Saliba, is more like a Gabriel-esque player, because just before the stream started, I saw a compilation. I think 4.5 minute compilation. I sent it, and there, the way he accelerated in that compilation, right? It kind of reminded me of Gabriel. It's like that burst is there, and the physicality is there with the burst as well. So I completely agree with that point. Now the first point, I'm trying to understand what do you mean by South Indian built, but with Spanish technique. My brain is still stuck there. Like, see, you made sense, but I'm not able to. Could you please help me understand? My brain
I
is
mean,
still, still stuck there.
most of the South Americans are very, very passionate, right? If you see the way they approach the game, like if you see someone like Lisandro Martinez, right, he's very
Right.
aggressive, right? And if you
Romero.
see someone like Romero, and if you see someone like Spanish defenders like Hodgson, for example, or Gerard Piqué, these type of players, right? They're technically very, very clever, right? So it's like combination of both, as you said, that he's like somewhat like a Gabriel, right, where he understands the game as well and he has the aggression as well, right? So it's a very rare combination to have, where they're technically very good, because you have players who are like very aggressive, but the understanding of the game isn't as good as some of the other technical players, right? And this guy is like somewhere in between, right, which helps us like to develop the player a lot more. So I think that's a very good combination to have in a central defender.
Right.
And
That's what I
he
meant.
isn't someone who lunges into tackles. He basically tries to use his body first, and before committing himself into an attacker, he would just try to wrap his foot around the ball, or get to the ball while using his body to pin down the attacker. So that is one thing I noticed, and I see that those kind of traits are rare in defenders these days. And for
Yes.
someone that young to develop that kind of a profile, it's really good. Some again, just like I said before, Hoyson, but not Hoyson. Yeah.
We'll take in few comments. Cool. We'll take it. Manjit, Suchit, I hope everything is yeah, buddy. So the last time when it was happening, right, there was a little bit disturbance where my family was. It's all safe. It has been resolved. Apparently, let's just hope it remains resolved. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. People are saying Guay prefers Liverpool FC. Yeah.
He
Apparently, so
prefers the England spot.
He
no,
doesn't
because
prefer
with,
Liverpool.
with
Prefers the
Konate
England
leaving
spot.
next year, Guehi could probably like join now, or could be good business for Liverpool, and that's why he could push for that position to play. I guess I'm not sure. Do you guys agree with
Also
this? Though?
for also for a fact that the World Cups this year, I mean coming year,
Hmm.
right? So if
Hmm.
he establishes himself, Konate is going to leave the club anyways.
Hmm.
So it
Mhm.
makes sense for him to work under the shadows initially and then just take up that spot and then impress
Hmm.
Thomas Tuchel or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Also,
Konate is
he's
like quite injury prone as well, so he'll get the
Yeah.
opportunity to
That's what I
kind of
think.
start games. Yeah, yeah.
And
with
And
also for the
Kwanzaa
fact
left
that
too.
Kwanzaa's gone, right? Because like
yeah.
Nikhil said, Mage will go to Liverpool now as Kwanzaa has been sold. Exactly. So I think it'll be nice.
Also, it makes more sense for Gehi to go to Liverpool than to Arsenal because Arsenal
Hmm.
has got two centre backs that one of them is in his prime and the other is one of the best in the world. So when
Hmm.
it comes to those positions, it is very difficult for him to displace both of them. But when it comes to Liverpool,
Hmm.
Konate would be leaving next summer, and Van Dijk is already like 34 or something. So Liverpool is basically planning for the future because again, Mage is someone who can slot in as the right centre back and as the left centre back. So it
Hmm.
basically allows more rest to someone like a Van Dijk and help them to plan their future without Konate. So it
Hmm.
definitely makes more sense for Gehi to join Liverpool than to join Arsenal, and for
You
Mosquera
just
to join us.
okay, okay. Also, Prat, if I hope you don't mind, because on this channel, right, there is a very nice character. His name is Dr. Vivek. Sometimes he comes up with nice shairi that only he can understand. Sometimes even the guest can understand. So when we were talking about Mascara and Hatto, this is what he had to say. You'll always miss out on someone, bro. When you date Sonam, you'll miss out on Shruti and vice
What?
versa.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Uh,
context though?
uh Hato and Mosquera. Like if you're getting Hato, you might not get
Acha.
Mosquera. If
Mascara.
you're getting
Okay,
Mosquera, you might not get Hato. That was
okay.
the context. Yeah, yeah.
Now we know what Dr.
Fair enough.
Vivek
Yeah.
does in his free time.
Hmm. Uh, good lord. Yeah. Okay. Now that Leon, okay, we'll talk about Leon. Sarvin will take this comment when we're talking once we're done with this. Okay, I'll remember that. Don't worry. Ash talks. Welcome, Ash talks. How are you, bro? Mascara. It's important to secure the defense as well. One injury and there's instability. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, agree.
Um, Footballer says Hato for sure.
Bro, I
Didn't get you.
have a
Okay.
question.
Okay.
I want to pose it to all you guys.
Yeah.
And even in the chat, let me know your
Hmm.
viewpoints.
Hmm.
Would you rather let go of Kivior for around 40-45 million pounds and then go for Hato, who then plays as the left back? Calafiori moves to left centre back to cover for Gabriel, and Mosquera, so we are already getting. So, do you want that to happen, or do you want to keep the defense as it is with Calafiori and MLS playing as the left backs and Kivior being the cover for Gabriel?
I'd say the
Hmm.
latter. I am good with how the defense looks currently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would not want to cash in on Kivior because I think he would take the minutes at left center back regardless. He is
Hmm.
contracted, his value would remain almost the same now that he's made a statement for himself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, Getting Hato is great, but I think it's not a necessary thing because he's not a starter at either of the positions. Why? Because you have MLS playing one of those positions who is very
Hmm.
good at left back, who is not sure to be moving to midfield. With
Hmm.
Norgaard coming in, you can say
Hmm.
a young prospect defensive midfielder coming in the year as well. And then you have the idea of Calafiori being there playing both those positions. And then you
Hmm.
have Gabriel as well. So I think
Mm-hmm.
for me, Hato becomes a luxury signing at this point because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the main need in this club at this point was a right centre back. More than
Hmm.
a right centre back, we needed a right-footed player, and we're
Yeah.
getting
Hmm.
that with Mosquera. So
Hmm.
I think it solves lots of issues, and Hato is gone for me in the
Yeah.
eyes of
I think
Arsenal,
I have
especially.
a slightly different opinion with regards to this. I think it depends on what Kivior himself wants because, like, he's a Polish starter, right? And
Hmm.
like at Arsenal, he's a backup. He won't play a lot of minutes, considering Gabriel, MLS
Hmm.
or Calafiore will be playing because these three are players who will, like, most likely be playing left back or left centre back,
Yeah.
right? So if
Hmm.
Kivior is like a fourth choice in those positions, I think he won't get a lot of minutes. And again, like what we are discussing about UAE. He's a starter for Poland, so he'll like need minutes, right, going forward. So if he demands a lot of minutes, or if he says, I want this many minutes, it's a good option for us to sell him off, right? Because you'll get good value for him considering he has played considerable minutes and been good for us as well, right? So I think it depends on him as well. It's not only on the club. At least this
But
summer, I would say. So yeah,
he's
so
also come
I
in an
think that's
interview to
also
say that he's preferring to stay at the club and give his all to the club. So I said it on those lines. So
Tomiyasu is as good as gone, man. No one will buy him, and we can't even play him because he's injured. So yeah, same as the case with Jesus. Yeah.
Raja, do you have something to add to this, or something to differ?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Prat bro, because I think Kivior would leave, but I think that depends on the kind of offers we'll get. At the moment, I think there is good chance Juventus or Inter, that sort of a club, will come in for him, because looking at their business right now.
Mhm.
I think selling him would be the best choice, because he had a really good campaign last year in the Champions League, and this would be perfect time to sell him, because his stocks are kind of high right now. And getting Heto in, he'll give us something different from the left back region with his pace, and also he'll have time to develop another year there. I think we can, as Arush and also Parth mentioned, like he has the capacity to be someone like a Nuno Mendes type of a profile. So I'd be really glad if we can secure him in this window. I'd be perfectly fine with letting go of Kivior, but I hope we can get like at least 30 million euros or 35 million euros for him, which
And
seems unlikely,
it's
but
less.
considering
It is
the
very, very less for someone like Kivior, man. Come on, 35 million euros is nothing.
he was
bro,
signed for
the
25.
market for centre backs
He was
is,
signed
there
for
are many available.
20,
So
25-ish.
No. I'm sure I'm sorry. Parth meant 35 is less because Kwanzaa is going for 30 plus 5. No,
And
that
it
is what.
doesn't even have to do anything with Konsa. Konsa is half the player Kivior is. And he went for that amount because Leverkusen had a deal with Wirtz. That's fine. I don't mind that. But for a player of his caliber, who's done it at the highest level against the likes of Real Madrid, and where he's gotten a man of the match performance, you definitely can sell him for a good amount. And with the Italian clubs wanting a centre back, and he's been linked with Serie A for a very long time, ever since he wasn't getting those minutes. So we can definitely get at least 35 million pounds for him, man. 35 or 40 million pounds. That's a reasonable fee.
I think I think you're. I don't think his market is that big. I pray he will get that sort of money, but I really doubt it. Anyway, yeah, I think
Left-footed,
we'll,
centre backs are even rare. Like if you talk about centre backs and then you talk about left-footed, right? So it's like a very rare profile to have, and then he has experience as well, right? So I think we are in the right position to actually ask a lot of money, right? Because then it's not like we are desperate to sell, or desperate to keep, or his contract is expiring soon that we have to sell him, right? It's like we can get a considerable amount for him.
And if you are able to get around 40 million pounds for him, that basically add 5-10 million more to it, and that is Jorel Hato's fee. You can definitely make that happen. I don't see us doing that, but yeah, that is a possibility I want us to explore. So Cheet, what are
I
your
think we'll only pursue Jorel Hato if we get a reasonable offer for Kivior and he leaves. I think
yeah,
it depends more
obviously,
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
Kivior.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Also,
it comes down to that.
Zinchenko is also here, right? So nobody is actually
Oh,
mentioning
So
him.
yeah, 10
Yeah.
15
So
million, 10 15 million for him.
Zini, Fabio Vieira, Kivior. These three are like
Sambi
different.
Lokonga is also there.
Sambi Lokonga. Huh. So
Yeah.
these four are like people that we are okay that if we sell. Or do you guys add some other name to this one as well?
We have to
No,
sell either of Trossard or Martinelli to fund a third attacker.
Trossard is signing a contract.
Hmm. Actually, I would keep Martinelli because he can play on the right hand side as well, so that we don't have to invest on another right wing backup. That is what I think. But
Also, I think we missed out on Nelson as well, right? Nelson is another player
Reese,
who we
yeah.
can, who we can sell.
Oh shit.
Won't get a lot of money from him, but like
Hmm.
he's an option we can sell off. Right?
When
Yeah.
we talk about Eze is when I'll talk about Martinelli, not now.
Fair enough. We'll take in a few comments and we'll continue the conversation. As far as I see, Arsenal is taking the next step now. The 3 seasons we challenged twice and had a good UCL run, but we didn't have any bench, and that's why Berta's making the signings.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yep.
It's just that the fan base has been desperate for an attacker who is worthy of being called a superstar for such a long time that us signing the likes of Norgaard, Kepa, and Mosquera are just seen as why are we signing these useless players? When in fact these are the players that raise the floor of the team, which has been down for a very very long time.
Yep. Agreed. If you all pull all these signings and a left wing number 9s, say suppose you all don't win the Premier League, is Arteta on fraud? What?
Depends. Depends.
Well, depends. Okay, if you don't win the Premier League and go win the UCL, probably will build a statue or something. We don't know. You didn't mention UCL. Hughes' masterclass was that Kwanzaa sale. I guess so, but like Parth said, there might be some below the table deals or something. You never know. Yeah. Similar to Zubi.
Jarrell Kwanzaa being sold for like 35 million pounds. I mean, come on. Come on.
Similar to Zubi, persuade Hatter to stay one more season. Buy him next season. Keep yours minimum 45 million. You will pay up.
Wasn't what we did last season for Arteta.
Exactly. We were like, okay, we signed Calafiori. We'll come back to you next season because Kivior is getting sold. But
and also, Prath wanted to say something.
Yeah. No, go on.
Wait, it's Prath or Prath? I've been saying Prath. Am I pronouncing it completely wrong?
No, it's fine, yeah.
He gave up on you, and he just gave up on you. And also, I feel that we look at Calafiori as a long-term Gabriel replacement, so it makes sense for Calafiori to go in as the left centre back, and then if we get Jorel Hato, he'll start at left back, and that is what we've been already thinking when it comes to signing Rodrigo and getting in that overlapping fullback, which Hato is not completely, but he definitely serves the purpose.
Okay. Future centre back partnership Calafiori and Mosquera, thoughts?
Great.
There'll be a good rotation centre back pairing. Not even kidding.
Complementary profiles. Even Kivior and Mosquera would do fine.
Will Saliba end up his? It's so much to say. I mean, let Arsenal win something and then we'll talk about legacy players and all that.
He's like 23, man. 23 is no age to talk about whether he'll end up his career at Arsenal.
Yep. What about selling? Okay, Trossard, Martinelli, Eze will come up next. We'll wrap up the Mosquera talk and then we'll come to that. Cool.
Yeah.
So stay on hold. Mosquera will be the one because Hato is being discussed a lot, so he'll prefer a place in starting 11, not on the bench.
He doesn't have a place in the starting 11 currently.
True. But what he's linked to Chelsea? He's been linked to this one also, right? Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Liverpool. But Liverpool already are getting Gehi. They won't get Hato over him. And
Gehi and
Kirk
already signed Kirk.
But do you guys think Hato will start for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Left centre back, yeah. He'll start there as a left centre back though. He won't start at left back.
I can see him start ahead of Colville, to be honest.
Need to tell Germany and England IRS to look at money laundering between minutes played since 2022-23 season. Saliba 87% of the minutes, 86%. Maximum. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We do need. Yep. Facts.
Definitely.
Nice comment, by the way.
The 2022-23 season, right? At the end, like Saliba got injured, right, and we played holding. So
Yeah.
like 2 or 3, I think 4 games. Like if you remove the 4 games, the available minutes, I think he has played more than 90% of the available minutes. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah, good comment, but I think it could be higher if you consider the available minutes, right? So it's not like he has never been replaced, by another player like mid-match or something of that sort, right? So he's played almost
Just
90
been
minutes.
that both of them are so elite that any
Yeah,
centre back coming in for them would be a downgrade. But our
yeah,
downgrade was to such an extent that we had a Rob Holding coming in.
yeah.
It
That's the
wasn't even a
problem.
downgrade, man. I mean, he was diabolical.
Yeah, he
We
doesn't even
we let
start for
Kivior,
Crystal Palace. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, he didn't play a single minute for
Once we
No,
Crystal
let
Palace.
wait,
once we let
I don't think he's
Kivior,
at Crystal Palace. I think he's on loan, if I'm not wrong. Wait, if I
No,
let
he
me
he
just.
was
was
there.
on
Yeah,
loan. He
he's
was
gone.
on
Yeah,
loan to Sheffield or something, but like he
Sheffield.
didn't
Yeah,
play a
he was
single
on
minute
Sheffield.
for Palace in 2 years. So like he's such a bad player. Like if you consider that part, right? I mean,
It's been 2 years we sold him.
yeah, yeah. To
Yeah,
2023 we sold him.
I
Dude, we
thought we
sold
sold him
him.
last season, bro.
Where did time
yeah.
fly? What
I
do
thought
we
he left
sold?
alongside Smithrow or something.
Yeah, exactly. I
No,
mean,
no,
don't
no.
tell me Smithrow we sold 2 years back. I can't. I'm sure we sold him 1 year back. Wow, 2 years
1 year.
back.
Yeah,
Wow.
1 year back we sold Smith for 1
And
year.
last year he went, I think, in January because he just played 11 games for Sheffield.
yeah.
Damn.
Correct.
Uh,
Damn,
we
damn.
had Rob Holding, and we weren't, we didn't have the balls to let Kivior start games. And when
Yeah, yeah.
Kivior started games in that run, he proved to be very good.
Hmm.
But
Hmm, hmm.
by then it was too little, too late.
Yeah, yeah.
We definitely need someone who can cover for these guys. And Kivior, when he didn't have the confidence, it was a poor watch. Kivior was making a lot of mistakes, but
Hmm.
you know let's just say Gabriel's injury forced him to play those games. But when he started to play those games on a consistent basis, you could see that there's a good player in him, and that is
Hmm.
why we are in a strong position when it comes to keeping him or selling him.
Hmm.
I have a prediction. I think Kivior will leave in the next month and will sign Jorel Heto. Just
We should. I mean,
because Kivior is about to enter his prime, and I think he'll ideally want to play more to maximize his career.
definitely.
I think he'll leave.
See, I hope you are right, but I just hope it doesn't come before an attacking signing. That is all I'm wishing because, please, see, as
So
much as
who
I
gets?
appreciate floor ceiling increasing and ceiling was increasing and all that, that is fine.
So
I
another
wanted it.
point, yeah, another point which a lot of fans actually miss out is like a lot of
Hmm.
players, right? They're on vacation right now. So if you
Hmm.
see the social media, you'll see like I've seen United, players, post a lot like Garnacho, Rashford, and all these guys, even Yamal and all, right? So yeah, so they are on a vacation, and these guys like they won't actually come to a club when signed mid vacation, right? So
Uh,
I
uh,
think after a very hectic schedule, like they didn't have break last summer as well, right? So
hmm.
a lot of them are like on a vacation. So like just before preseason, like 10th of July is when I actually expect a lot of signings to happen.
Hmm. Specifically 10th of July. Why
Because I think,
specifically?
Well, I,
I mean, just 1 week or 2 weeks before we actually go to to Asia on a tour, right? So I
yeah.
think, yeah, just before that, I mean, most of the clubs actually start
Hmm.
the preseason at around 15th of July. So I
Hmm.
think 1 week before that they are actually supposed to come to the clubs, right? So I'm just giving a round sort of figure, like 10th of July will be the time where you start hearing a lot of positive news regarding certain players, like at least the first choice signings.
Hmm. Hmm. Hopefully, yeah.
I, I
Hmm.
loved how Prath mentioned Garnacho and in the same breath used Rashford's name.
Right. Man. Well, Arteta puts Kelly in DM, maybe not
Next season,
season, but in
future
future.
planning. Future planning.
Probably. Huh? Thoughts on Ribier? Oh, yeah. So,
Alexandro.
Alexander.
hmm. So I thought this guy was the one who we were linked with, but then this came out of nowhere, and I'm sure a bunch of people did knee slides.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think we're good with Mosquera. We don't need
Mosquera,
this
yeah.
guy.
Hmm. Mosquera has the best ground duels win. Of course. There is no other reason why he'll probably be linked in the first place. But damn. But damn,
Also,
yeah.
Christian Nørgaard won the possession second most number of times last season, only behind Moses Caicedo.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a stat that I don't think many people have missed for sure. Saka Bellinger season coming, guys. This season was a Bellinger season, man. That freaking quad injury screwed up everything. But yeah, what, he was on 10 assists and 10 goals before
10 goals,
before the
yeah,
injury.
Five goals, 10 assists.
5 goals, 10
10
assists. This team, whatever. Fabio Vieira, yeah, we did discuss about this. Yes. Poroton
Barota.
Morata, okay, Morata, okay. My bad, Morata on the my bad. Okay, crazy. Hey, Arish, how was Vieira this season, bro? Did you follow him?
No, I didn't follow him extensively, but I know that he did decent. He didn't have injuries there. He played
Hmm.
completely different roles. Even if you
Mhm.
watch him for the Club World Cup, he was
Hmm.
playing a left center mid as even as playing as deep as a defensive midfielder from the left. And he did quite well if you watch comps of like the game versus Inter Miami where he nutmegged Messi, by the way. So plus
Hmm.
10 million in his value. So hopefully he has a way that clubs are seeing him being versatile and he can play in different roles because
Hmm.
I'm not lying. If I watched that Inter Miami game, if he wasn't a player from Arsenal, I would surely point out to him being a very good signing for clubs to make,
Hmm.
especially in like a Serie A or something like that. So I think it makes sense, but how much value are we getting off him is the real question. And I don't think so. He's going to stay at the club.
Right.
I hope Andre Berta will pull up his Italian mafia links and gets us 30 million euros. I pray for that.
And come on, man.
Uh,
If we
but
get around 70 million from the sales of Kivior and Fabio Vieira, man, build him a statue. I don't care.
hmm.
Build him a statue.
Yeah, but now that we are in the Eze, Martinelli, Trossard, that segment, right? We'll take in the Eze comments and then we can like segue to that nicely. Bipra, he says Alex Cook and Jacob Ben Arsenal have added.
Ben
Is
Jacobs
it?
and Alex.
Ben
Uh,
Jacobs.
okay,
Ha
Ben.
ha ha ha.
Ben Jacobs, nice. Okay, I have Twitter open on the site to just check any hearing,
I
but nothing.
tried to look at Ben Jacobs' Twitter page. I couldn't see that, but Alex Crook
Hmm.
did tweet about Eze being of interest to us.
Usually Spurs was Arsenal
Also,
fan.
Man,
Yeah. Tina saying we agreed personal terms with Eze.
what?
Who?
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 Team
Tina?
News and Ticks.
Yeah.
TN80.
Are TN80,
Oh,
TN80. When you find out your goat is washed.
That guy. See,
I mean, he
except
had to hop onto something that kind of Arsenal has also
Man.
gotten into. So
No,
I
I
think
I
he's
mean,
Eze,
hope
more.
it
there's
is
a
true.
I think he's more or less
betting
of a backup sort of. Just in
I
case
hope.
Rodrigo doesn't happen, then we'll go for someone like Eze. But I'm not sure whether he'll be the preferred choice. I would say right now, at least,
hmm, hmm,
Hmm.
hmm,
because he's not
And
a typical left winger as well, right? So, like,
hmm,
if you're
he
looking
is
at
no. He's a more central player. He
central
he is
player,
more of
correct?
a cam than a winger.
Yes,
hmm,
yes,
hmm,
yes.
hmm.
So is
Uh,
Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers and
Damn you,
Yes.
Parth. I was about to bring that point and ask
Morgan
Prath.
Rogers and Eberechi Eze cannot be
Wait,
the
wait,
replacements for someone
wait,
like a
wait.
Rodrigo.
You see
not
when
Rodrigo, bro. He'll be replacement for
when
Martin.
Ben said it. Oh, Ben said it left wing, so he should be left wing. When I said it, when Dash bro said, no, bro, how can you say this? No.
I've
Prath,
never
no,
had
you
that
wait, you
view.
wait. Prath, do you have an opinion on like Morgan Rogers as a left wing? Do you think he can play the left wing position? Be honest.
I'm not sure he is a good left winger. I think he's much more better as a central figure.
Hmm, hmm,
I
Definitely.
would say like much more someone who can play a Havertz role like what we actually initially had in mind. But
hmm,
otherwise, I'm not sure he's a good left winger as such. At least not for us because a lot of times we need players who are like touching that touch line, right? So it's like
hmm,
I'm not sure whether these even Eze, right, is good enough to play that role. Obviously, can develop himself, but I wouldn't say he's
hmm.
a first preference for me right now.
Right.
But
If we
Yeah.
were to be,
don't you think these two players are very good in linking up play and then playing those passes from those touchline phases? Because if you see Morgan Rogers' career when he played for Boro, he spent 2 seasons playing left wing.
Hmm.
So it is a conversation that speaks of how a player can be. Okay, say a hypothetical situation. there's no winger there for Arsenal.
Hmm.
You are going to take Eze, you are going to take Rogers, and
Yeah.
you're going to put them at left wing. So
Hmm.
how is that going to pan out in terms of then tactically
Also,
fitting into
for
Arsenal?
Aston Villa, Morgan Rogers has started as a left winger initially, but played into the central zones,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
we've been
He
crying for.
Yep.
We've
basically
been
plays
crying
in
for
the
it.
central zones. He
Huh,
doesn't
but
play
He's
at
had
left wing.
lots of spells at the touchline because I remember lots of
exactly.
transitions that they are trying to make. It's with him being positioned wider, dribbling
Hmm.
inwards, or playing those passes by carrying the ball. So
Hmm.
it is
Hmm.
something to obviously look for, but yeah, obviously it's not something that we'd want to see.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
manage this, man. I'm not even
Oh,
lying. We can
this
manage
is
this.
nice. What, 68
And
million Premier stars been paid in
Eze
three
would
installments? Hmm.
Eze
Go on, go on, go
would
on.
100% join us over Spurs, man. And I feel Eze has been a childhood gunner as well.
He
He
was
is
in
Yeah.
the
from
academy,
Yeah.
Arsenal's
bro.
He was
academy.
in
He
the
was in the
academy,
academy.
bro. He was in the academy. What do you mean, childhood? He was in the academy.
Yeah. See, there you are.
Ah,
I mean,
yeah.
Eze, if we are to be in the mix, Eze makes sense. And
Hmm.
okay, I'd agree that it would be hypocritical, hypocritical. It would be hypocritical
I
of
put
me to be wanting Rodrigo and then condescend over the likes of Rodrigo and Rogers and Eze because
But,
definitely I expect
do you want to retake their entire take and
Nah,
then
nah, nah,
do
nah,
it?
nah. I honestly expect Rodrigo to play both centrally. So yeah, I can't say that Rogers and Eze won't work. But it's
Hmm.
just my preference of having Rodrigo start at left wing because he's played as a right winger as a left winger for
Hmm.
Real Madrid. He's done it at the highest level, and I definitely expect a left winger to be closer to goal, and that
Hmm.
is where Rogers and Eze would fit as well. But yeah, I honestly want Rodrigo and Rogers or Eze. Simple. I
what
don't
what
want.
about Xavi Simons? Is he also centrally more threatful?
Yeah,
Oh wait, no, this is not the one. Waited because Bipra says,
yeah.
who would you prefer, Vieira or Odegaard? Vieira for Odegaard
Vaneri,
backup or Veneri for Odegaard backup?
Vaneri,
Okay,
Max
Vaneri.
so
down.
Max
Yeah,
down.
my
Yeah.
Summon FC will be up
And
next year. We'll be there. We'll be there.
oh my god.
see, for me, Javi Simmons, Eze, and Rogers are my third choice attackers. They're not my first choice attackers. I
Hmm.
ideally
Hmm.
want a left winger and then either of them. But that
Hmm.
won't happen looking at the way we function. So,
Hmm.
ambitious club wanting to win everything would want to spend on two quality attackers, but I don't see that happening. So, yeah, it's Rogers for me, and then all these guys, all the names that I've mentioned, fall in the same category for me. Get
Hmm.
Who
any
would
of
your
them.
who would your prioritized one be between Simons, Rogers, and Eze for for all of you?
For me personally, I really love Eze and even Rogers. But I think the point you mentioned just now about Rogers playing as a left winger for Boro for like a couple of seasons, I think that makes him a more interesting
Yeah.
option because he can interchange the wing with, let's say, if we sign Rodrigo, he can come inside and he can
Good
occupy the
shout.
wing and then let's create stuff. But it really depends. Yeah, I mean, I'd love
I
Rogers, man, because
I had
when we play these stubborn low blocks, right? Like
Hmm.
his
Hmm.
carry will help us a lot, and also having a
yep,
trickery
yep,
of
yep.
Rodrigo. I mean, it's mouth-watering having both these guys.
I mean, I
Hmm.
Also
have
with
even.
go
Haha,
ahead,
go on.
continue.
Go on, go on.
Also
Ha
with
Harish.
Eze, what I was saying is even when we analyzed his profile last season, we don't have a video on him on the channel, which we can make if there are links. But what we noticed even that time was the fact that we have a lot of videos to record. Um,
That's why I'm
what
laughing.
we noticed, what even I noticed that time was as to how much over excessive Eberechi Eze is in terms of shooting, which I don't think Arteta would be a big fan of when he's in the
Hmm.
final third because if you see Crystal Palace's route this season to goal is either ping the ball to Mateta up ahead or give the
Yeah.
ball to Eze. If he can't find that option in the low block, which I'm very afraid he can't, he
Hmm.
would look to just try shooting the ball from various angles with his weak foot,
Mm-hmm.
and then that ends up in not actually doing a big difference. And like Raja also said, I would also be of the thinking that Rogers would be my better choice, because I think he's a much smoother ball carrier and a better dribbler as well, and he can do it on the transitions as well. So he is coming off a good season. Aston Villa are in need of money. We are in need of Rogers. So
Yeah.
When
Okay,
when
small
Wait,
update, small
actually,
update,
wait,
small
one
update.
second, one second, one second. Okay, that's what a small
Yeah.
update. I wanted to bring it up, but Bipra put out this comment. This one. Is this the one,
No,
Raja, you want to talk about?
no. He's available for less than 20 million Mosquera euros.
Yeah, that's the other one. So the other update from Doc, from the same reporter, Ryan Taylor, Taylor Sport. He says that Mosquera could be cheaper than 20 million euros,
hmm,
which is great.
20
But
minutes. Wow.
but these are the alternatives for Arsenal that have been said by the same
Nah,
reporter.
we'll get
Marquis
him,
Gordonius
man.
and
Nation, we are up, but like, yeah, I'd love him as well, but I think he'll be
yeah,
slightly more expensive than that.
yeah. He's had a
mhm.
good
We'll
season in
wrap
Belgium.
Mosquera up by tomorrow or day after. I
No,
am
we should
not
get
too
that. Here
fussed
we
about
go
it.
while we're streaming. It'll be great. It'll be insane.
Man,
But yeah.
we'd break our own record of signing Norgaard, man. Norgaard would have taken longer to sign than
hmm
Mosquera.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Eze and Rogers, I feel that even when Rogers burst onto the scene last
Mm,
season, and I
mm,
feel one of his initial games was against us, where he
mm,
stripped Rice and Partey. He was incredible in that game. But I just
mm,
feel that Morgan Rogers has got the aesthetics on his side. Even if he isn't that quick, just the way he moves, it
mm,
gives an impression that he's very quick with the ball, which he is. I'm not saying that he's slow, but as a touchline winger, I don't feel he'll do well. But then again,
mm,
I'm not of the view that Arsenal employs a touchline winger. So
mm,
Rogers
mm.
would do well for us, but I would personally want Eze, Rogers, and then Xavi Simons. The
Okay.
He's another
difference
player
between
of a
Eze and
similar
Rogers
profile,
ain't
right?
much.
I think El Khanous is. I hope I spelled him.
He would be my ideal
Yeah,
shout.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean
Get
he's one
him.
of the guys. Like he'll be a cheap option, and obviously, like if you're taking the names, I think he's similar to the names you're discussing, right?
I
So
agree.
Hmm.
I agree. This is a very good shot, and we've been
Uh,
advocating a move for Bilal El Kharouz for a long time now.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even
I don't see the need for him. I don't see it. He's
Because
quite lightweight, and his decision making is really poor sometimes. And yeah, I mean, we cannot afford another younger player in key positions, uh, especially in there, because we are going for a title, and he still needs a lot of things to improve upon.
no,
I
okay.
don't see him as a good option.
Nah, I was looking at Bilal El Khanous as a signing that we would make after a left winger. So, Bilal
Yeah,
El
yeah,
Khanous
you're
ain't
right.
my standalone signing. He would just be 10.
See, Rogers and Eze are not left winger signings. I am talking about them as the subs. What we say,
Yeah,
the signings after we do the main left winger
secondary.
signing, right? Yeah,
hmm.
no,
secondary
that's
option,
that's
not
that's
the
not
primary
true.
option. Why are you thinking about Eze and Rogers as the primary options, bro? They don't leave.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
both don't make any sense at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
Raja makes just makes sense with the points he's making. I agree with him.
Hmm.
And also with Eze basically functions in a back three. So
Hmm.
Eze naturally plays more inwards than being on the wings, because the wings are occupied by someone like a Tyrek Mitchell and Daniel Munoz. Does
Hmm.
Mitchell start for them as a wing back?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Mitchell and Munoz, so they are the ones
Hmm.
providing with. He
Hmm.
is very good in those half spaces, but yeah, as a winger, I'm not too sure. No, we definitely need someone like a Ezio Rogers, but that
Hmm.
would be the last signing we make, I feel,
hmm.
if we just decide to be ambitious.
Okay. But okay. Okay. But Prat, like, just let us know what you think about the situation, right? Because we four are like probably like 2 on 2 or like 50 on 50 basically regarding this. Do Arsenal need to sign? Do Arsenal need to sell Trossard or Martinelli, or do you
Okay.
think Trossard is going to sign a new contract and they
Hmm.
could keep Martinelli so that you don't need to invest in another attacker because Martinelli
Hmm.
could play anywhere in that front three? Do you think that is a better option? Like, do you think selling either Martinelli or
So,
Trossard is a better? Yeah.
the reports which came out very early, like when you listen to the reports which came out from Ornstein, right? So,
Hmm.
initially he was very adamant that we need to sell a winger to get another winger in, right? So, and then there was news about Trossard extending, obviously. And the thing with Mikel is that he rates experience a lot. Like
Hmm.
we are talking about young profile, but he actually rates experience a lot. So he
Hmm.
rather prefer to keep someone like Trossard over Martinelli. So that's
Hmm.
one thing. The second thing is Martinelli right now is someone who would generate a lot of funds, right? So you're looking at
Hmm.
something around 50 or 60 million minimum, right? And
Hmm.
that goes directly into us signing a player like Rodrigo. Like if he's ready to come, like he would actually cost around 80 to 90 to 100 million, right? So
Hmm.
I think from that angle, I think it makes a lot of sense for us to sell Martinelli and get Rodrigo. But it all depends on whether Rodrigo is actually open to join us. Like it shouldn't be like we are selling Gabriel Martinelli. It won't happen that way, but
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
shouldn't happen that we are actually selling Gabriel and then we don't get a left wing, right? So like we are
Hmm.
depending on Trossard or like someone else to like play. Like we get another player like Sterling again,
Hmm.
a short gap
Yeah.
to play left wing. So that shouldn't happen, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, I
Also,
mean, that's the thing.
to
Yeah.
add to your point, right? I think if I'm not wrong, Martinelli was brought as a academy product. So if we were to
Right,
sell him,
homegrown.
it would
Yeah.
homegrown, right? So if we
Homegrown,
were to
yeah,
sell
So
him, it will be as pure profits, if I'm not wrong. So
yeah,
imagine,
yeah.
like how you said, if we were to sell him for like 60 million, I
yeah.
think the thing is that we can spend twice or thrice of the amount
Hmm.
and like
Hmm.
adjust the books accordingly, right?
Amortimize, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Depends on the
amortimize it. Yeah.
number of years we'll get. Like Rodrigo, if it's divided into like 5 years, for example,
Hmm.
then like we are paying around 18 to 19 million, right? So it's a
Hmm.
40 million profit directly.
Hmm.
So like it's a big amount, right? So that's what
Right.
actually helps clubs like United, right? Even
Hmm.
Chelsea. So they
Hmm.
sell their young talent like Mount, all these guys for very high valuation, and then
Right.
they're able to spend 2 or 3 times more than what they sold him for. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, from that angle, I think it's very good. I think again, like Martinelli will generate a lot of interest, and if you are to sell him, like as compared to Trossard, because Trossard will have a Saudi club or one club from here there, but like Martinelli will be having genuine interest. Like I think even
Hmm.
someone like
Definitely.
Bayern might come in, right? Because Bayern also need
Hmm.
a left winger, like so.
Right.
Obviously can sell him on a good value.
Hmm.
But Prat, do you really believe that we are in a condition where we have to sell a left winger to get a left winger, or is
I
it
think it's
just
much
media
more.
talk?
I think it's much more. I would say it's media talk as well. I think it's squad space as well because
Hmm.
when
Yeah.
they mention winger, do they actually add Reece Nelson as well to it? Because
Hmm.
we are not considering Reece Nelson at all. But like if we
Mm-hmm.
are selling him and bringing another winger in, it's like one in one out, which we saw like last season, right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
are we actually considering Reece Nelson in that topic, or whether Reece Nelson is someone who Arteta will keep because he's like injured right
Yeah.
now, right? So we are not
Right.
sure whether he'll be back before the season starts. So, what
Hmm.
exactly are you considering? But I think we have the funds. It's not like we don't have the funds,
Yeah.
but again, it depends on how much funds we have, right? So
Hmm.
I
But
think
I
it all
hold
depends.
that
Also it depends on
I
whom we get. Like what happens is like you if Sesko is like going Sesko or Gyökeres, like if he's coming for 70 or 80 million, and
Hmm.
like the amount which we had in mind was 60 million to spend on a striker, so we are
Hmm.
spending 20 million more. So where would we actually get 20 million from? Like so that's the thing,
Right.
right? So I think it's like
because
more of a combination, right? Because like Nico Williams plus Sesko, like if you had something like 120, 130 million in mind, and
Uh,
now we are actually going to 150, 160 million. So where
Mhm.
would we actually get the 30 million? So we need to make a sale. So that's the thing.
hmm.
Because from what I gather, we were ready to pay Nico Williams' release
Yeah,
clause, and there
yeah,
were no concrete reports of us having to sell Martinelli to fund a transfer for Nico Williams. And the news was only that Martinelli would be sold if a really good offer arrives. So
yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
still of the view that we can sign a left winger And if we are to sign Rodrigo, the price being quoted is around 77 million pounds, 90 million euros. So it would be a favorable deal for us. We'll be able to break it down, amortize the amount season by season, and then if we let go of Martinelli, we can sign the likes of Xavi Simons or Morgan Rogers and Everett as it. And I want that to happen personally.
Arush and Raja, what do you think about this? Because I know what Arush will say, but just for conversations, like, Arush and Raja, what do you guys think about this situation?
I mean,
Who will go
everything's been
first?
well.
Yeah.
I'll speak. I'll speak. I think everything's well explained by Prath in terms of how the media sees it, how the club sees it, how we're seeing it in terms of profit, how we are seeing it in terms of the incoming that is a winger like Rodrigo. So I think it's up in the air. We've just had one report majorly linking Martinelli out, and it was a joke of a report to Bayern.
Yeah.
And I think the I think winger is also one of the last deals we'll end up doing in this window. So I think, yeah, it's better to speak about it when there is much more movement towards the winger. So I just say that.
Uh, so my initial reading of this, especially this Eze link, is that we are open to selling Martinelli, and if a right offer comes from whoever the club is, I think we'll do the business. Uh, yeah, I would prefer this thing where we'll sell both. I mean, we can sell both Trossard and Martinelli, but I think we'll ideally sell only one. My ideal signings will be Rogers and signing Rodrigo as well along with him. But seems like Eze is almost done, kind of, in terms of
Yeah.
Nah.
groundwork.
Yeah.
So
And it's
In
also
terms of
nice, yeah,
groundwork.
because I put out a poll asking, so if Arsenal can sign. So I meant to say, if Arsenal can't sign Rodrigo, who do you prefer? I kept the option as Eze, Rodgers, Xavi, and Bilal El Kunus. Nobody said Bilal El Kunus. 40% said Eze, 30% said Rodgers, and 30% said Xavi as well. Yeah.
There's literally not much to choose between the three. They are all of this all a similar profile,
Similar
and
profile, yeah.
yeah, it all depends on who you prefer. Just boils down to that, and they
so
do a
okay.
similar job.
Okay, I'll just finish up. Martinelli being a pure profit sell, I think it'll enable us to sign a big other targets easily, relatively
Yeah,
easily, like let's say Rodrigo and plus a Rogers kind of a signing. It'll really enable us, give us the power to sign those. But and also tactically, I think Rogers suits us much better than others like Javi Simons or Eze. But at the end of the day, and even like coming to Saka's backup, right? Like you can actually play Rodrigo there as a makeshift. He's much
right
better
wing.
than
Yeah,
whatever we have
yeah.
on the right wing as well. So I think it solves a lot of our issues. I'd really love to see that. Will it happen? I don't know, but we'll just wait and see.
Rodrigo plus either of the three is the dream window for every Arsenal fan, but dreams are not meant to be converted into reality. So I'm just focusing on first, let's get Rodrigo or whichever left winger you want to buy, then look at the
Yeah.
third attacker that we can sign, which
It
ideally
can
we should.
also be a market opportunity down the line, right? So like 2 or 3 days back, right, we are not sure. We have never heard of Norgaard, we have never heard of Mosquera getting linked to Arsenal, right? So like these
True.
things can happen suddenly. So some
Yeah,
guy comes out and it's a sort of a cheap deal. So we never know. And all these links, right? No one has actually talked in the media. So a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. Like a lot of groundwork is happening. Like
hmm
today we are mentioning Eze as well, right? So it's something which has come out suddenly. It's not like yesterday we weren't sure of. Obviously we like preferred having him in the team and squad, right? But it's not something which was linked by the media, right? At least
yeah,
mainstream media. So
Right.
so like something might come out in the at the last moment, or you might cite some XYZ player which can help us out, right? So
I
there
agree.
are a lot of options out there, right? So it's not like especially in the last moment, a lot of transfers happened like last week. So if you can get everything done, like Rodrigo, for example, Sesko or Gyökeres, like center, these three players done, and looking at market opportunities down the line, like the last week, I think we might get a couple of signings done.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can
Yeah.
definitely can.
Okay. Can somebody explain this? I don't know what does Mayfield means. What does Mayfield means?
We are still streaming. He's like, we are still streaming.
Ah,
The
Oh,
vibe is
oh,
still
oh.
on.
Okay. I guess I don't know what that means, but okay. I just realized Arush, two Christiansens now, Norgaard and Mosquera. Remember that Venn diagram, lol. Huh. Yeah. Leo with that Henri shirt. Oh, bro.
Nah,
Bro.
man.
Oh, yesterday for close to
Aubameyang.
3 4 hours. Huh.
Aubameyang with the theory shirt.
Huh.
Aubameyang, yeah, man.
Then that went for me, and then next was bring back Oba, bring back Oba.
Eduardo Hayne is a criminal, man.
But personally, me as a very, very strong Martinelli fan, uh,
mhm,
I mean, the moment when he made his debut, I think it was Newcastle back in 2019, where he came off the subs and everything.
Yeah.
Not just that, like even when we played that preseason games against Madrid and all that, I think he scored against Madrid if I'm not wrong, or was it Saka? Somebody scored, right? Since then he had that I need to do something for this team, right? So when the team was in absolute gutters, he was that one of those few people who was there to like always do something off the bench or want to do something. To see him in this state, right? It's honestly disheartening, but at the same time, nobody's out of the club. So would I be willing to sell Martinelli? I would say at like 60 million minimum. If we get more than that, more than happy. But 60 million,
mhm,
I think, is a fair price because I'm sure if he goes to like a Barca or
mhm,
Bayern, he would do a lot of the groundwork that Hansi Flick system needs, or a lot of groundwork that a company's team needs, so that Olise could just be an output kind of player. It
mhm,
could basically be like a Liverpool kind of situation, right? Where Olise is like Salah and Mane is Mane is like replacement kind of thing would be Martinelli, where he does a lot of work in terms of out of position and all of that. So in that way, I think we can get 60 million at a minimum. But will that 60 million be utilized to get a Rodrigo? I'm not sure, because the whole
Has to
point
be.
is that we're assuming that this money is invested into a Rodrigo or like players who will definitely bring in that X factor that we've been missing in big games, like in a UCL fixture or even those big fixtures in the top six in the Premier League itself, right? So, again, how many X factor players are available for us to take? Liao, we have discussed last time that he's a moments kind of player. I I I didn't rate Leo that much before because of the fact that he was lazy or he was not consistent enough. But then I was like, maybe I was like a little bit too harsh. So then I brought up the conversation. I was completely schooled and I was like, you know what? I was right before itself. So Leo is not an option. If not Leo, if you bring in like a Rogers or like the players that we discussed, Eze, Javi or El Kanous, is selling Martinelli for like 60 million, getting such players a big upgrade, if not a Rodrigo, is my question.
Definitely.
Wait, wait. I have a small realization just now.
Okay.
We've been always talking about Rodrigo as platforming him, coming more into the half spaces and just
Hmm.
occupying the central areas, right? I
Hmm.
mean, if you are doing basically that, Eze does the exact same thing.
I
Ah,
just said
yes,
that.
I
I
assume
just
Yeah,
that
you
said
is
said
that.
that. I'm sorry, Rapat. Yeah, you
Uh,
were right. Actually, I just
it
had
it would
a
be hypocritical of me to want Rodrigo at left wing and not
true,
want
true,
Eze or Rogers.
true,
I
true.
asked that
So
question, so that's
in
the
that
reason.
regard,
Yeah,
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 exactly.
in that regard, I think
I agree.
I won't be too mad at signing Eze because
Hmm.
the difference between the Eze and Rodrigo isn't that much personally
Hmm.
because
Hmm. Hmm.
I absolutely adore Eze a lot. I
Hmm.
He is
agree.
very good, man.
I see that Arsh is concerned about his shooting and his indiscipline, but I think he he does really well. I mean, he can be coached, and he has that X factor about him, and he scores in big games all the time. I just love that about him. He's
Hmm.
very
You know who?
unpredictable.
You know who was the name after Eze that I had taken last summer for the same role?
Nah.
Nico Williams.
Desiree Doué, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
God. Yeah. Desperate.
Even I used
Shit
to think.
happened too quick,
Yeah,
bro.
yes, him. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I mean, okay. So how do you feel if we, let's say, we spend 68 million on Eze and sign him, and then we also sign another winger depending upon like if Martinelli stays or goes, we'll sign
Get
a new.
get get in like a project winger, to be honest. Get in a
I
youngster.
Yeah,
agree.
basically that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Who are
Basically do that.
available? Who are
I think this
available?
seems more
Bakayoko.
reasonable than just
Lost,
wasting so
bro.
much money.
Hmm.
Get
Okay.
get
So we can
Molero
get
or
a
someone.
backup for Saka as well. If we get
Hmm.
Eze,
Hmm.
Bakayoko.
yeah,
Okay.
we can get that guy. And depending upon selling Martinelli or not, that changes a bit. I think we can
Hmm.
do this, bro. I
The
don't think it's
only
worth wasting time for Rodrigo. I don't know.
the
As
only
we bring him
player
back, yeah.
the only player who will be a downgrade on Martinelli at Arsenal is Alejandro Garnacho. Anybody else coming in would perform better than Martinelli. That's a fact.
We are not getting Garnacho Parth. We are definitely not getting
Man,
Garnacho.
if we even look at that idiot as a market opportunity, man, I'm telling you,
There is nothing market
I'll be
opportunity
done.
there. Dude,
I'll
Arteta
be
sold
done, man.
Guendouzi because of his off-the-field antics. You're telling me that we'll get Garnacho
Nah,
and his
man.
package of his younger
The
brother,
the
who's another
the
mouthpiece.
thought of having Garnacho at Arsenal, instills fear in me.
Arush,
Yeah.
how would you feel about this? He's not listening, I guess. Bros. Yeah, Arush.
Hmm?
Yeah, how do you feel about this if we sign Eze and then depending upon the market situation, if we could sell Martinelli and we get Gordon, how do you feel? I think
Yeah,
that's the
Gordon as
line of
well.
thinking we are going. Yeah, sell
perfect,
Martinelli and buy Gordon.
perfect,
Maybe we
bro.
are heading
See,
in that position. Maybe I don't know.
Hmm. This would be
no,
like the
but we
situation,
But
Gordon,
I
right?
would see, I'd
Uh,
honestly see a Gordon come before an Eze then. I'd not see Eze come
oh.
before any of the wingers or the strikers because
I
it's going
agree.
to determine a lot over there. See, and the idea is also that a striker comes before a winger, right? Prat, even you do think so that, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So these moves I think are going to happen late in the window,
Yeah.
and Eze already being linked tells you that he's coming in as a winger. And does that tell you that we are going to go for another winger, maybe a project on, maybe someone like a Rodrigo or a Gordon? Because as much as we know, we are also waiting for Rodrigo's stance.
Yeah.
So
I think
it's
everything will
out
be
there.
clear after the World Cup stops, right? Because
yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
and
true.
I think
that is
that's
13th
the
July.
crucial period for
Yeah.
us.
Yep. So
Even today's predicted lineups don't have Rodrigo in them, man.
Mm.
Hmm.
Come on.
Nice exclusive we got. I think Doc retweeted this. Do you want me to share? Oh, a hand of Ozil update. Arsenal now
Whoa!
aiming to close the deal for 19
Huh?
million, under 19 million.
Mosquera,
Yeah,
damn,
Mosquera
okay,
Mosquera.
under
bro.
19 million. Yeah.
Crazy.
Damn, under 19 million. Crazy. Oof.
Talks
Okay.
are very advanced. Yeah, I mean we're almost
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah, man,
And
we have broken
Doc
almost.
regarding Rodrigo, the update, I mean, at least the news that he reshared is that if Rodrigo does not, if Rodrigo's situation doesn't improve and an offer arrives, he's more out than in at Madrid.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Obviously, Madrid
Hmm.
would sell him
As
at the
expected.
first chance they
Hmm.
get.
Hmm.
Madrid wants to get rid of Rodrigo. Madrid does not want to keep Rodrigo.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
Rodrigo's clinging on to Madrid.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep, yep. Also, like you guys have been saying, right? If we sell Martinelli with that money, we can get like a winger and a Morgan Rogers, right? Kind of reminded me of like this comment, like Grealish. Basically, when Aston Villa sold Grealish, they're like, no, we'll bring Leon Bailey and another player to replicate this. We'll do insane shit. Nothing they did.
I mean, come on, man.
Uh,
2025. Okay,
By
mm-hmm.
2025. You just
by
say
the
it.
way, imagine the
2024,
scenes.
Sterling as well.
Yeah, imagine the scenes
2024.
if we get Malik Fofana as
Oh, bring,
Chelsea are
Oh
getting kittens.
yeah. Where is
bring.
that comment? A poor guy. He brought out that entire list straight
Yeah.
from.
And
It was Sarvin only.
he said,
Yes,
I
Arvin.
promise, I
Yeah,
promise
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
bring it out.
No.
Dude,
See, I brought it. See, I brought it. I don't know what you guys are talking
Even
about.
Mikau Tachi is a
Scam.
good shout as a
Yeah,
backup
yeah,
centre forward. Man, he's good.
The thing is,
He's good.
Leon is, I think they can, appeal this. So it's not like
Yeah.
they are,
Yeah.
relegated as such. It's like they still have an appeal left. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly happens. But there are chances they might win the appeal as well, right? So we'll have to wait.
If I'm being
Obviously, Fofana is like linked to Chelsea as well, right? So
Liverpool,
no, Chelsea.
Liverpool, Chelsea.
Fofana was Chelsea.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Malik Fofana to
Gittins,
Chelsea.
yeah, Gittins and him, both of them.
Hmm.
So that's the thing.
I've not watched much of Malik Fofana except the game against United where he changed the entire tide just by himself. I'm not sure how
He's
good
good.
or how consistent
See,
he is. So if you guys could help.
the most
I
realistic
don't.
signings to make if we had to sign two players, it would be Eze Rogers / Malik Fofana. I'd take that in a heartbeat, and that is actually very realistic.
What
Mhm.
is Fofana's profile like?
Winger.
No
Is he
shit.
I mean, like left winger or
Obviously,
right
bro.
winger?
Obviously.
I mean,
Left.
left winger.
Obviously, he's a left winger, bro. But what
Okay.
is his
Is he left?
profile like?
Ha.
He functions more on the touchline, from what I've seen, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
true.
aware of that itna depth. Mein.
Okay.
I
I
haven't.
mean, I have
I
no idea.
personally
That's why.
haven't. I personally haven't watched Malik Fofana that much, but I've
Hmm.
seen our man Rahul rave about him many times. So I
Uh,
And
think he's certainly good if he's that
if
high up on his
yeah,
list. So
man. If
uh,
if a player has Rahul's cosigning, he's good. Simple.
just for context, for Prat and chat, Rahul is another guy who is part of our group chat. I think
Mhm.
the simplest way to say is that guy is football manager outside football
Okay.
manager. Like he
Okay.
knows regarding everything. Like
Every player. Okay.
so you could like so regarding
Mhm.
even Mosquera, right? He's
Mhm.
mentioned about him like long back. And
Okay.
then when we got linked to Mosquera, we all lost his shit. Like we completely
Okay.
lost it. So
And this
he's
is
that
not
kind of guy.
like
Very cool. Very cool.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's not like players up in the air. It's like players
Hmm.
from like the divisions from Brazil, from the divisions
Yeah,
from any other league,
exactly.
and the players who are like under 19 leading the stats and all of that. These people end up being the guys who are being chosen. So Rahul is
Hmm.
one of our go-to guys for any
Hmm.
Yeah,
scouting stuff as well. So yeah.
Yep,
he's
yep.
incredible.
Another name not mentioned here is Thiago Almada because I watched him because
Almada, yeah,
of his
he's
big
good. He's
move
good.
from
Hmm.
Argentina as well. So
He's more
he
central though,
is
right? He's not
yeah,
a
he is
winger.
like the
Camp.
as a profile there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
hey, wasn't he in MLS before
Yeah.
Ha
his
ha
move
ha
to
ha
Lyon?
ha.
I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
We'll take in few more comments. Why ask? A Chelsea fan is asking this question. Bro, you spent close to 2 billion and you don't have a striker, and your striker is only Delap
Repping,
and
repping
Jackson.
Cole Palmer and passing that statement is wild. I'm sorry.
But hey, at least we're getting rival fans to comment on our stream, right? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying this. We love for all the interactions that you're bringing because it's only going to help us push this team on the algorithm. So bring in this. We need to come on. Uh, Oba also wore Henry jersey. Does not mean what is
Okay.
this? Not on trophy, but Dilap goal
Hmm.
is quite nice. Touch turn, shot power is too less. Good
Hmm.
overall. I don't even remember. I mean, I didn't watch the game,
It
so I have
was
no
it
idea.
was a tidy finish.
Mm-hmm.
The ball
Uh,
didn't travel, but yeah, we moved.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Desiree Doué. Rodrigo, Eze, Simons, Kunus all require a change in.
Hmm.
With Mascara possibly coming, do you think we get a Hato as well? Oh, I guess we're back to this conversation, guys.
I
Anyone
mean,
wants to just state
We
in?
had this right
we've
Uh,
had this, yeah,
yeah.
before.
Prat, you want to just answer this thing in one line? You can go ahead,
Yeah, I
please.
mean it all depends on the sales we'll make. I mean, if we sell someone like Kivior, I think it's a possibility that Hato might come, but otherwise it's not possible. Like because we already have 8 or 9 defenders, right? And Zini is
Mm-hmm.
also there. Like if you add Zini, it's like 10. So we need to make a couple of changes. Before that, I don't think another center back will come or a left back will come.
So
My
no winger
yeah.
is that limited to to have a fullback to complement him, man. Come on.
If Eze gives Olise Bayern-like performance, so the thing is that Olise has been consistent, hence why he got that big jump.
Yeah.
With Eze, the question has been that he's not consistent enough. That is the
Consistent
whole
enough,
point,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think even his coaches or even Crystal Palace fans. There's that one Crystal Palace fan who's like very, like, I think nice and he makes content. His name is
Ollie.
Ollie something, right? Because even he explained like how Eze is not so consistent, but Olise is, and hence why Olise got the big jump.
Mhm.
Yeah. Gordon seems like a sideway moment, not upside.
True, bro.
As in like a Martinelli-esque kind of. Is that what you're
He is
saying?
Martinelli. He isn't a monumental upgrade on Martinelli.
Yeah. Modric will come Chelsea quarter.
Hey, we have Kepa, man. We have Kepa. That's sorted.
What happened to my club? Itna jaldi, bro. Even we can't, man. You have no
Bota
idea.
has happened. Bota has happened.
Yeah. Because when we set up the stream, right, we were like, you know what, we can discuss about Norgaard, we can discuss about this. Suddenly out of nowhere,
But
comes out of
out
nowhere.
of all these upgrades, I'm sorry, out of all these updates over Norgaard and Mosquera, the biggest update that there is in the Arsenal transfer scene is that it's about Sesko's barber telling that Sesko is coming to Arsenal.
Oh, bro,
That is
we've
the
not
biggest
even
update
gotten
that
to
there
the
is.
striker bit. That is true. Yeah. Theo Almanda, man, Leon attacker. Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, welcome, man. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. What am I saying at this point? Of AC Milan. Yeah, I mean, you want us to
striker. This
discuss?
guy is,
Okay.
he's a striker from AC Milan. I think he's gonna leave. He's the FM wonder kid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rahul likes this guy a lot, but I think he's very young to move to Arsenal yet.
So Rahul is a Juventus fan and a Wolves fan. Juventus fan because he loves the Italian league. Wolves because of Football Manager, right? So whichever wonder kid is there, he will go.
I'll give you the story behind it. So
go
he did this thing, right, where he took Wolves from League 3 in England to all the way to what he won all the Champions League and every trophy in the game, right?
Oh.
So during that time he fell in love with Ruben Neves, and till then he stand him. I was back in our college days as well. Like he was there all the time repping Wolves and also John Neves. I'll always remember that one.
Yeah. Just a little. You know what? Never. We'll have this conversation off the stream, not now. Suchit, you have any social media? Okay. This is the second time we're getting this conversation. So the thing is that none of us on this panel have any idea on how to use Discord, nor do we have the personal time in our life to like maintain a Discord. Not like we are super busy, it's just that we don't use that, so it'll be very hard. That's the whole reason we have not started a Discord to encourage encourage conversations and all that. We hope to do something else maybe, but we're trying to do something. Just that a lot of things are going on in our personal lives. We need to sort that out before we get to all of this. So we'll definitely do something about it. But thanks for this suggestion, which is only making sense because we're growing as a channel. I love Chelsea and Arsenal both. Honge city rivals humko kya? Huh?
The most un-London thing to ever say.
I'm just proud that I read the Hindi bit without yeah, but
that's
I
like
didn't understand what it.
It's like 3 words.
Dude, it was much better improvement from the last time we streamed. In December, bro, I was struggling to read basic shit also. Thoughts on Newcastle signing set? Oh, and going for Pedro and Elanga.
Good. Very good.
Trafford and Pedro, I'm not sure, but Elanga insane because Newcastle is a running team. He will definitely help.
Trafford was actually one of the best players last season for Burnley. So I mean for them it makes a lot of sense because like they need a good shot stopper as a goalkeeper. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I've not read how much money it would
Pope
cost.
is also leaving.
Yeah. So like if I just know that it's like 120 million something for all three combined. So I think it's a good deal, but I think it will be like most of them won't happen for the current amount which they're. But Ilanga is
Yeah.
like I think they bid 40 million with Ilanga, and I think he's like they're the Forest are quoting around 50-55 million for him. So the market is such that when you're talking of Ilanga going for 50 million, then you have to expect a lot more for Martinelli, right? So
Definitely.
I've seen people like say we are happy with 40 million for Martinelli, 50 million. I think like it's much more than that. I mean,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Uh,
Joao Pedro, the
Hmm.
move to Newcastle is, in my opinion, the most stable one because I feel his profile is a lot similar to Isak's, and with Isak departing next season, most
Hmm.
probably next season,
Hmm.
he is the perfect understudy to him currently. So even if they sign Joao Pedro now, he can play second fiddle to Isak and then take the number 9 shirt from him next season.
right.
But if somehow Liverpool pull Isak off, man, I mean,
Mm,
I won't
it's
have much to say, man. I mean,
it's
come on.
fine, guys. We will sell Martinelli and we'll use that money
We
to buy
move.
Julian Alvarez. You heard it here.
Julian Alvarez,
I'm just
man.
kidding. But Suchi's bro, I don't have a job. I'm still taking money from my dad to pay rent. From where I'll pay for PR team? What? Shh, this guy.
Unpaid
Uh,
PR team is there.
no, I'm not saying this. Nobody read this comment. Nobody read this comment. I know what this because I know where this comment
Yeah,
is coming from.
average Liverpool bait, bro.
No. So, without talking about that comment, what happened was that I was asking what happened to the Kirk's announcement because I've read
वो
that
तो क्या
the
ही था भाई वो क्या
because no because medical fell. That's what the rumors was saying that the medical fell. So I asked what happened to the medical. What next thing in 27 30 minutes, Kirk's has been announced. Then I say, imagine Kepa has been announced before MLS. MLS is also announced as well. Then this bro comments under that tweet saying that bro, you say that this somebody signing for for Liverpool as a striker. Then I was like, bro, leave me out of this. I'm
And
not saying it.
if there's one person milking the Isak to Liverpool story, it's Indy Kela, that
Huh.
fraud who
Who?
sold us
Ah,
dreams
ah, ah.
last
Indy Kalia.
in the
Ah,
winter.
ah.
Indy Kela, yeah,
Hmm.
man.
Hmm,
That
hmm,
guy is literally playing with Liverpool when it comes to Isak, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
Gives
hmm.
non-updates and he makes them look like Isak is coming to
Hmm.
Liverpool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Nonsense.
Skelly announcement. Oh, bro, it is very
Yeah.
wholesome. Very,
Yeah.
very wholesome.
Yeah.
Like the part where his grandmom said, "My other grandson," right? I was like, basically
Bro.
Saka. That
Hmm.
was class. Yeah.
Man, the club really knows how to pull us back in, man. Even if we have, nothing as transfer news, and when they come up with announcements like those, I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, man, I'm locked in. You got me back.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, will Partey stay in EPL 9? What?
Arey, he
EPL.
meant
EPL.
he meant a
EPL
bracket there.
plays. Yeah, play for other clubs.
Continue.
Okay, I'll go. I think he'll go from because yeah, I think he'll go for. I don't want to talk about it,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
think his links were to Fenerbahce. Like yesterday, I read a
Yeah,
couple
he's
of
going to talk.
Turkish journalists,
hmm,
quoting that he might go there.
hmm,
I think his issues are such that I'm not sure whether the other clubs will
The-
invest in him.
hmm.
And do I
So I
suggest
think
a perfect? Do I suggest a perfect move for Partey?
Marseille.
United, bro.
yeah,
Marseille.
Alcatraz.
Marseille.
Guys, nobody ask why because I'm not willing to discuss regarding that on the channel, please. Sesko has unfollowed City, Arsenal, though, and
What are
Arsenal
you
Through
through
and
and
doing?
through.
through.
Through and through.
Well.
Yeah, let me check. Okay.
Isak, I do not know. See,
Yeah, man, I'm
okay,
coming.
why I'm scared that it's a genuine possibility in one line, I'll say, because we discussed it last time also, is that the pure profits that these guys are making is high, which enables them to invest the money. That is, if Isak wants to move. Money wise, I think Liverpool are there to like invest the money because even the worst thing is in installments, right? So I think they can easily amortize their pure profits to get Isak. That is why I fear
No,
it.
the thing is that Newcastle
Hmm.
need not sell, right? Because what was happening before you know, in May or in April, what was happening, that there was a UCL factor, right? So a lot
Yeah.
of people, like even Arsenal, were pushing that UCL factor. But now, since Newcastle have that, you know, there's no reason for him to, you know, get sold, because then, you know, selling him will make Newcastle a lot, you know, lot less intimidating in the UCL, and think they want to like do well, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
they won't sell him this summer for sure, right?
I
Like there are chances he might not extend, and if that doesn't happen, like next summer, like there'll be lots of clubs coming in. Even Barca like will be looking for a striker.
yeah.
Obviously, we will be there. Even you never know, like even United, if they get top five, I don't think that's possible. But I mean, they are also like one of the clubs who can invest a lot in a striker, right? So I mean, just giving you that option, like the lot of clubs might come in for him. So yeah, but this season, like I don't see him leaving. I don't see Newcastle actually willing to like let him go in any condition.
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle is not some Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth who will be like, okay, we'll sell our most sellable asset and we'll just, try and do and perform at the same level which we did last season. Newcastle is an ambitious club, and that is
Hmm.
why they're getting the likes of Joao Pedro, Anthony Langa, and
Correct.
Trafford in. They want to compete. They want to finish in top four again. Why?
Yeah,
Why would they want to weaken themselves, man? Newcastle
and
is not
also
Uh,
some random club, man.
yeah, yeah, and also they have other assets to sell. Like Gordon is another player who they can sell, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if they have to sell someone, it will be like someone like Gordon. It
Livramento
won't
as well.
be, yeah. So
Livramento, yeah.
Livramento is also there. Like City were after him, so like they need not sell Isak for now.
Why?
yeah, yeah. I was watching Sammy Mokbel. He was on Latte
Hmm.
Firm yesterday.
Latifum, yeah.
He was saying, yeah, he was saying that it would be an embarrassment for Newcastle ownership. I mean, basically they have
Hmm.
like unlimited
Definitely.
money,
Hmm.
so it would be an
Definitely.
embarrassment for them to lose Isak even after
Correct.
getting UCL. So they'll go for like greater lengths to keep him.
Yes, yes.
He was saying that like they will not sell Gordon as well because like they want to show
Yeah,
ambition
yeah,
in the Champions League
yeah,
and all.
For sure.
Yeah.
yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Why are we forgetting Newcastle was literally third for 95% of the season last time
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
man?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Newcastle was better than City till the last moment. They were
Hmm.
better than
Hmm.
Chelsea till the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
moment.
They fell off.
It
Yeah,
was
that's true.
just
That's
in the
true.
last match day that
Mm.
the tables turned.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle is a very, very good team, man. I
Yep,
mean,
yep,
come
yep.
on.
We'll talk about the strikers if Prat. I hope you still have time because we'll
Hmm.
discuss a little bit of strikers and then we can wrap it up
Yeah,
because it's been 2 hours. Like I said,
yeah,
we always
yeah,
plan for 1.5 hours. It never ends up at 1.5 hours. So yeah,
yeah,
we'll take in a few comments and then we'll go there.
yeah.
Uh, couldn't join earlier. Can you summarize thoughts on Eze, Rodrigo, and Mosquera? Actually, you know what? Arush, go ahead. Summarize this.
Eze links, some of us are in favor, some of us. The question between Eze is that are we seeing him as a winger? Are we seeing him as the midfielder? Is the winger going to come first and Eze going to come second? So that's the conundrum we have. In terms
Hmm.
of Rodrigo, he is almost everyone's prioritized deal that we want to see. But again,
Hmm.
it's a deal that we'll have to wait for quite a long of this window because he's also playing in the Club World Cup with Real Madrid. Mosquera is a very good deal, 16 million that is being quoted by Hand of Ozil now. Someone who can play right centre back, left centre back, right footed, libero role. Um, he's got it all. Yeah, it's just a good signing to make. We are not so sure if Hato still happens. We had discussions on whether we would sell Kiwi or we would not sell, and most of us are in favor that if a right offer comes, we sell him and then buy Hato if it's a necessity.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
that.
Yep. Nice one. Nice one. Rusty was not active but chefing up. Bro, uh, I think the fact that Arsenal have been doing crazy moves in the last 48 hours has helped people understand, oh shit, we need an Arsenal stream. Also, for a fact that our special guest, Prat, is here, uh, has has boosted this stream as well. So thanks to
Yeah.
him as well because it's not just us, but it's because of him as well. 30 likes, 20 concurrent views, 2 hours, 5 minutes running, close to 40 watchers, helpful. And the channel has hit what? 1,320
122.
subscribers. Yeah, 1.32k subscribers as well. Great progress, guys, but we still have strikers to talk about. So if you guys are still tuned in, welcome,
Ineos.
welcome, welcome.
Ineos, are you mad?
Oh no, please, we're not talking about that, bro. Is it just me, or does Anthony Gordon is the most French-looking player?
Eh?
Why does this guy always say the most random
What?
things?
What?
Is it because of the hair that falls like this? I'm not even going to discuss, anyways. Rajabai, that Don Lippy account is the one you're talking about.
What?
Regarding what?
Oh no, not that guy, but he's different. He's different.
Okay.
Rahul quotes that guy a lot as well. Yeah, I've seen him.
Arsenal want to sign who?
Yeah, Johan
Okay,
Bakayoko.
Bakke.
Yeah.
I think he's off to Palace, right? If I'm not wrong.
No.
Wait, who's off to Palace? We thought was in.
Diomande.
No, a winger.
Yeah? I haven't heard of a winger joining
Yeah.
Palace.
Not heard of anyone playing.
Not him.
No.
Okay. Maybe
It
I
was
got it wrong.
just Johan Bakayoko's link with Alexandro Ribeiro. And after that, it's just right down. So, yeah.
Remember, there was one very good winger who was linked to Palace for like what, 15 to 20 million, and we were like, how is he like that cheap? Was it somebody else? I might have like read it completely wrong as well. Who
I'm
knows?
not aware of.
Which league?
By the way, if Barca signs Isak, I'm sure Ainsley, if you're still listening, I'm sure he will do an East Side from Goa all the way to Camp Nou. I'm 200% sure. Because
So that would hands down be the best attack in the world, man. No, nothing's coming close. If Lamine Yamal decides to not act foolish.
Nico Williams, Pedri, Yamal, Rafinha, Frankie De Jong, and Isak, bro. I can't. The fact that even Nico Williams, Pedri, and Yamal are going to link up, right, is crazy. But yeah, Ainsley is a Barca fan who's been very loyal to this team, so that's why we talk about Barca a lot as well. Just in case you thought what the hell happened. Harry Kane has a 65.
No.
Oh, Suchit is frothing over him, man. Suchit is like, nah, Ben Sesko and Gyökeres.
No, that only for Tammy Abraham, bro. Just kidding.
Okay.
Krish, welcome to this channel, bro. Last time we saw you was on Duck's channel. I'm glad that you have come back. Thank you so much. Eze is not a winger, lethal in left half spaces and center. Yep.
We talked about this.
Thank you so much, man. I believe 10k by we need to hit
bigger visionary, man. Bigger visionary than Arteta.
1.5k is the minimum we're trying to hit before the summer window closes.
As you can see down.
Yeah. 2k would be insane, but yeah. Yash is still angry even. Is he though? Did he tweet anything regarding Arsenal not signing any players? See, no, he's not wrong in a way because he's been asking for like attackers forever. So I see. You know what? I'll just continue. If Isak joins Barca, not just Madrid, but the world has to get ready. Fair enough.
Easily.
Yep. Bro. There's nothing. Whatever, man. Huge fan Parth. Huge fan Arush. This feels very sus.
Ayush, bro, I know. Commenting here is little bit sus.
Liverpool is winning the quadruple for the next 5 years.
Congratulations on the title, Ayush, bro. That is all I have to say.
Congratulations on the title. Congratulations on Isa. Congratulations on Julian Alvarez.
Zubi, Kepa, Norgaard, Mosquera, what are your thoughts on Arsenal transfer window so far? Me, 4 out of 10, still needs striker. If we sign striker, we'll go 8 out of 10.
Obviously, because the window's not.
I think it's just started like 15 days back, so it's very early to like have a thought about window. Like just hold on for another couple of months and can have this discussion later on.
Yep. I don't know if you guys read this nice thread that has come out even before the window opened. It was like a nice huge thread regarding how the Arsenal window will generally happen. I think it's by him. Yeah, he explained like bro cooked because he said July is when Arsenal will cook.
Yeah.
July is almost about to hit Karas. 4 deals almost done. Nice. Good day. Shout out to him, man. You know what? Might make a rant video is waiting for the window. It is what it is. It is what it is. Personal opinions, you never know. I'm being nice and Par is being sarcastic with me. By
No, no,
the
no. I'm saying it with all my heart. Liverpool should get Isak and Liverpool is winning the quadruple, man. It's done. We shouldn't even be competing.
little bit backstory here, Prat. So when the title race was still going on, Ayush bro will come and say congratulations to Arsenal on winning the title. Karas. We will drop points that game week, or we're going to lose some other time. So that's why.
Okay,
That's the one
okay,
thing.
okay, okay,
10
cool.
out of 10 transfer window will be adding. Oh, if we add Rodrigo, bro, 100 striker and Rodrigo, Karas.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, a bit detour from the topic, but Athletic Club, right, the club of Nico Williams, they have complained to La Liga, right, regarding how are Barcelona able to sign all these players. They just gave some communicat official.
Oh, that happened because Ainsley said
This
that
is
they're waiting for
hilarious.
July. They're waiting for
Nah,
July so that
man.
they can help balance out the book. That's what Ainsley said. I'm not sure how far that is
Nah,
true.
man.
Ainsley, a Barca fan.
La Liga is very, very funny, man, when it comes to
Hilarious,
that.
bro. Yeah.
Family FC Odegaard will cook this year.
Even
That thread
Jesus
was
had a
instant.
child.
Thought, oh yeah, Jesus had his third child. Yeah, yeah. That thread was instant. Thought me or second. Yeah, I remember my name जब 100 के होगा मैं सबको बोलूँगा 1.3 के start होगा. We'll see, bro. We'll see.
W.
Rodrigo hashtag self-respect, but okay,
Yeah,
hijack
sure.
Nico Williams. Oh, hijack Nico Williams, bro.
I think his
Last
mind up. I think his mind is made up to join Barca. So like it's very tough to get him right now.
Yeah, I
So
mean, won't even make sense.
yeah, I mean it's like after a year or so again he'll start to like complain and move to Barca again. So it doesn't make sense for us. Like
Yep.
that's one of the things with Rodrigo as well, right? Because the thing is that if he doesn't want to move, that we shouldn't actually push to get him. Like that's a bad move for us because then you have sulking players on the on the bench. Like what happened
Yes.
with Alexis, right? So you have seen what happened with Alexis with our own eyes. Like there was complete rift in the dressing room. Like a couple of guys used to celebrate with Alexis, and the other guys like used to like run away to the halfway line. So that's really bad, right? So we don't want any sort of division right now. So unless like he says he wants to move, then only it makes sense for us to go for Rodrigo. Otherwise, like doesn't make sense for us to push for him.
Makes sense. 60 million plus one. Okay. Oh, guys, he's back. He's back, guys. He's back, or she's back. We don't know, but yeah. Valian, David Lewis, Jorginho, Havertz. Oh, Havertz is finished even after he scored a brace against you guys. Okay. Okay. Next, which Finnish player do you want from us? Yeah, sure. In another universe, Chelsea never hikes a Modric price and he blossoms. Bro, this is another what
That
if
would have
player.
been a possibility, man. I'm not
Yeah.
even lying. Modric and Arsenal would have cooked.
In
For
another
sure.
world, Trossard scores a trap in against Aston Villa. We win that match and we are champions of the Premier League, bro.
Okay, Arush, man. Thank you so much. Like, this is what we need, man. This is like, why?
Big up Eduardo.
Nice. So we'll finally segue into the strikers bit before it becomes too late for like Pratt and the rest of the people. Do you think striker signing will happen before preseason games or last minute signing?
Before
Well,
preseason. 110%.
Raja, what do you think?
Sesko is arriving at Arsenal training ground by before July 10. Yeah.
Oh, we Pratt say July 10th. We'll also say July 10th. Nice. Well done. Congratulations.
Hey,
He will be the
definitely.
first one. I think left wing will be the last wheel at
Yeah.
least. Last
Yeah.
training wheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this cheeky feeling. That we'll get in Anthony Gordon, man. I just have this feeling. I don't
we're
know.
talking about strikers. You went back to the Anthony Gordon.
I'm just saying that we'll get him. When it comes to Sesko, he's definitely coming in before preseason, man. 110%.
With Rodriguez thoughts.
We have already given our thoughts.
So we literally discussed about this, Rahul. Sorry about this, but yeah, we think that with Mosquera coming, Hato will be pointless. Sesko, hi, we will be here. I'm leaning towards Yorkers. I'm not why. This is Ooh. Okay. Nice. Nice question to ask. But so far, I have not read any tweet regarding from you which striker do you want? Which is striker that you prefer? Your preference?
So is your mic gone or is
Yeah, your mic is a little bit cut off, I think.
he basically meant to say that we haven't seen any tweet of yours out there
Hello,
in
hello.
terms of
Okay.
in terms of
Am I audible?
Yeah.
like which center forward you choose or like you
Okay.
would prefer. So
Okay.
what's your thought?
So my preference is obviously Sesko right now. I think he's very much an Arsenal player, like Arsenal striker, who would benefit a lot. Also, I think with Sesko, what this benefit is like his age factor is also very good for us.
Yeah.
Like what I see happening is like Havertz starting at centre forward for a couple of at least till September, and then Sesko stepping up, right? And Havertz will obviously play a lot of games at LCM as well, right? So that's a rotation option for us. So that's one good thing with him. Gyökeres has, the age factor coming in from a Portuguese league, which is like a relatively very, low grade, I would say. There is very high chances of him flopping as well, right? And with Sesko, in case like if it doesn't work out, we have a resale value as well, right? So a lot of things work out in his favor. So I think Sesko is my preference for now.
Makes
For
sense.
me, like I would say, Gyökeres is like a third choice for me. If like Sesko doesn't happen for any reason, I would actually personally prefer someone like Watkins, uh, if given a choice. Yeah, and Gyökeres is the third place for me. Like if Sesko says that doesn't want to move or anything, or like he wants to stay back, I would go Watkins. I would go for Watkins. I think with
Makes
Premier League
sense.
experience under his belt, Arsenal fan as well, he makes a lot of sense for us. So
Yep.
that's the thing.
Fair
With
enough. Because
Ollie Watkins, the only thing is, the hype after the winter window has just died down because of the
Hmm.
emergence of Gyökeres and Sesko. Because if
Hmm.
we consider an Ollie Watkins signing in क्या बोलते हैं, in isolation, he would
He's a
definitely be
good
the
signing.
most suited to come in at Arsenal and instantly bang goals for us.
Yeah, yeah,
He's the most obvious signing, but yeah, when Sesko is there, why would you want to go for a 28-year-old Ollie Watkins?
yeah.
so, okay. Little bit, what is that? Branching away from the striker situation, everyone predict who will be a realistic left wing player,
Hmm.
right? So, we have seen Watkins play from the left hand side from time to time. Wait. I'm
Context.
not trying to say anything, something stupid.
Hmm.
I'm just saying it could be a possibility.
Hmm.
Do you guys think instead of like a Rodgers or someone like that, maybe if we get like a Watkins, do you think it would be like a left wingish type, like two striker system, nothing? Or like just rehne do,
Uh,
like let me just shut up. That's better.
no need to do that. Unai Emery masterclass GIF, bro.
I'll stick to hosting,
Unai
guys.
Emery
I'll stick to hosting.
masterclass, man.
I'll stick to hosting. That is better for me. Uh, anyways,
No.
so
Yeah,
Watkins, I completely
Yeah.
realistic
agree.
left wingers.
No, we'll come to that. We'll talk. We'll finish regarding
Okay,
strikers and
okay,
we'll
okay,
come to
okay,
that.
okay.
Sesko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sesko, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know my stance. I mean, I've been Team
I can
Sesko
hear
for
it when
like
you're
what,
doing this
2 years
also.
ago. Yeah. Because yeah, I first. I mean, I don't need to go back into the details of when I started watching and all, but like, I've I've been so sure for like a year and a half, I think, or even more than
Yeah.
that. That
Easily.
if Sesko has a good season, he'll definitely end up at Arsenal. I mean,
Hmm.
there's no better Arteta striker out in the market.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I appreciate Gyökeres wanting Arsenal, but we don't need him, bro. You can go to United and do your thing.
Guys, just for a disclaimer, I appreciate is the most PG version he has said. Let us just keep it as it is. But
Now
yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Gyökeres, man. He's been twerking for us for like over a month now, man. He's
Hmm.
he's literally fighting their board out there, and we're like,
Hmm.
nah, man, we don't want you, man. Please
Hmm.
go away.
Arush, I know we have a Sesko scouting video that has been in the burner for almost 2 weeks, which we're just waiting for like some proper news saying that something is agreed for that video to come out, right? But without spoiling too much regarding that video, just explain like why Sesko over Gyökeres from your opinion.
I think it's not even about the potential being the thing. It is someone who's going to elevate the side now. He's really good. He's a very good ball striker. He can drop deep. He can link up play again, which is majorly the reason why we are going for him. Apart from Gyökeres, or many of the fans also prefer him. It's because of the work he puts in outside the box rather than inside the box. He's very good inside the box in terms of box movements and stuff like that, and in terms of just instinctually just being there at the shadows of defenders and making the difference. So it's a different profile to what we have with Gyökeres. It tells you as to how Sesko has had a reasonably poor season in terms of statistically than he had last season, and he's still being preferred by Arsenal. It tells you as to how good of a potential he also has, and um, lots of people, even the coaches from Salzburg camp, also say that he was deemed to be a bigger talent than Haaland as well. So it tells us a lot about what his profile can be. We all have, majority of us have been Sesko fans throughout. So it is a very it's a good sight for us to see one of the signings that we've been linked to since last year come to fruition.
Yeah, Parth was more Team Gyökeres, so yeah, he changed recently.
I have had a change of heart over the last month, 2 months, man. Yeah, I've seen the light. Sesko is joining Arsenal, man. I can say that with chest, man. Yeah.
You don't feel like you're saying riches, you're just saying, he's joining.
I mean, we've talked about Sesko and Gyökeres so much now. I'm just like, yeah, man, get it done.
True. But the unlucky thing, right? So last year, not last year, last summer, when me and Aaron were making scouting videos, we made a video on Eze. He got linked but didn't sign. We made a video on Hato. He got linked but didn't sign. We made a video on Nico Williams. We made a video on Sesko. Sesko was our first video, if I'm not wrong. Sesko? Yeah, was our first video. The only two players who we did was Calafiori and Mikel Merino, because we did that after the Here We Go. Because whichever player we did before that, disaster. Just linked but nothing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but this season we did Zubimendi. Luckily, we had the Here We Go and all of that done. So we were like, there's no doubt regarding this. But again, Zubimendi, right? You never know. Which other players we did? We did Hugo Ekitike. We did.
Actually, I think he would end up at Liverpool FM. If you're actually invested, if you're investing in a centre forward, I think likely scenario is he goes to Liverpool.
Right. Yeah. We'll take in few comments. I guess our general stance is that we want Sesko. We missed out on Isak. He's the most, and Sesko is the most Arsenal player left out there in terms of strikers options, right? So we'll just take in few comments. Odegaard, hi, we will be there, bro. With runners, we will be there.
Yeah. I mean, we will have to be there.
True. Sambila, bro. It is whatever, man. But those talks about Sesko, it's BS, proper BS. It came out as well, Plus, Sesko is undercooked. He might not bang from the get-go, and expectations might weigh him down. Again, wait for the scouting video. We explain why everything is happening for the whole reason. That is all I'm saying, please. It is an almost signing again, even though I like Sesko much more.
But an almost signing at striker is not something that harms Arsenal. And almost signing at left wing is what would put us down.
Fair. This is true. Suchit has been putting up Sesko on your. Yeah, man. I get it.
It's been there for so long.
Yeah. Sesko needs to improve his celebration. Engage is good, but not as well. See, you make edits regarding this red colors.
This is what the fan base has been reduced to by Andrea Berta, man. We are talking about celebrations now.
Okay. Guys, ready for this comment? Ready? Here. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
It
Let's
must be
go.
from the
Yeah.
Chelsea guy.
Yes. Sesko
Aye,
has 13 league goals while
yes,
Gyökeres has 39. But of course, this fan base wants
With
mediocrity.
yes.
with that logic, why did they go for Delap, bro?
Huh? Exactly.
Ah,
Gyökeres was there. Then why did they go for Delap? Sesko was there, but why didn't they throw the money? Eh? Isak is
no,
there.
no,
Why didn't they
man.
pay 200 million?
They are
But I guess
right.
they
They
still
are right.
want mediocrity. We never know. But yeah.
They are right.
And also for a fact that people who didn't watch Sesko play this season tells a lot when they talk about numbers. That's all I'm going to say. Again, wait for
Bro,
the scouting report. More will be discussed there. Have I got carried away seeing Jokere's determination and his motivation to join Arsenal, or is it his talking for Arsenal? I think social media has wrapped up. See,
what up my thinking? I
end of the
agree.
day, you want a player at Arsenal who wants to
Hmm,
play for the club, right?
hmm, hmm.
Presently, all the Portuguese media is saying that Gyökeres wants Arsenal because that is how the Portuguese media has been
They
portraying
have
Gyökeres for a
also
while.
said that there is a bid already rejected as well, which comes
Ha,
from
ha,
the
ha.
United.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I did read about that as well. So, from media side, it looks like that, but we never really know what is the present situation because they said, "Ha,
Like
Sesko wants
every
a release clause because he wants Arsenal to
Hmm.
be a stepping stone." Then the news comes out that that is all fake news. So at this point, just wait it out. A player will come. If he's not determined, you will clearly see within a year or so. Then we'll make a
like it
judgment regarding.
see like it happens in Indian families. Like if someone is traveling abroad, it
Hmm.
would be that all the relatives and all the family comes together to see of that person who's leaving
Yeah.
to go to any other place, and that is the case with Gyökeres right now, man.
Hmm.
Liga Portugal, all the Portuguese media outlets and his
Hmm.
agent is just selling Gyökeres to Arsenal at this point.
Hmm.
They're
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
please go, please go.
Oh yeah, the Portuguese, the Portuguese main channel basically on TikTok made an entire this one hype reel for Gyökeres and they posted as well. I even
Crazy.
posted on Twitter as well. I can't believe
Like,
they posted this, but yeah, it is
I
what it is.
appreciate the efforts, but yeah, man, no.
Huh.
So
Do you
just a
think?
small update. Just a small update.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Team News and Ticks actually just wrote. I spoke to a few people and they all confirmed Easy's story, but they all said at this stage Rodrigo is still the priority. So like they're
Hmm.
waiting for Rodrigo to say yes or no, and this guy is just a backup like Gordon is, for example. So
Fair enough. This
like
is
like
this
Okay.
I
is
mean 15th,
basically
yeah, till 15th of June, July at least we'll not be able to, like, after the CWC only you'll get to know that
Hmm.
what's actually gonna happen with him, right? So it's like a
Hmm.
waiting period for us for a winger at least.
this is basically the Sesko Gyökeres thing happening all over again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just the difference being Eze is not a bad footballer, so he'll
Uh,
get the job done.
Gyökeres is not bad, but he just doesn't suit Arsenal at this point of time.
Huh.
And also, okay, now you know what? We'll take in all the comments and we'll have the final discussion
Uh,
before we wrap up. Have I got okay? Do you guys think Abe
अरे यार
smile
ये सब क्या है?
He and Gandhi, bro.
Hmm.
signing Kepa Mosquera Norgaard for combined 30 million is top business? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Add 20 million for a right winger and we complete our squad holes for potential for 50. Bakayoko is a decent shot.
Hmm. Hmm.
Some saying that
Very
even
good.
Kudus might be the right wing option. Some are saying I'm not sure how far that's true, but
But
Why
I'm
again,
would
he's a very expensive deal. So like
huh
yeah?
exactly.
he would
He would
actually
easily
spend as
cost
much as Rodrigo, yeah. Like 60,
Hmm.
70,
easily
80 million, yeah. That much.
60 million pounds is the starting price for Kudus,
Yeah,
man. They
yeah,
won't sell him. West Ham won't sell him
yeah.
for anything less.
Hmm. Arey, bye. We will
Ha
predict.
ha.
You know
Arey,
what? Our final comment of the day will be this, and we'll wrap it up for you. Okay, happy? Just wait till the end. We'll come to this bit. Wait. पार्थ भाई ने पार्टी
बदल
बदल दी
अरे
और
नहीं नहीं
बेलचा
यार.
खेल छोड़ दिया.
I love Sesko, but I don't hate Gyökeres, man. Even if
Uh,
Gyökeres comes, I'll be like, yeah, we move.
mm-hmm. Raja, do you say the same? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Striker is definitely coming, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I
he is, yeah.
mean, I mean,
I think at this point, striker coming is more possible than the left winger. If none of this happens, right, then Kalas.
if Sesko is coming
If
to
Sesko
Arsenal,
is coming
man.
to Arsenal, then it's sure.
Do they
I
have the
would.
funds to get a Gyökeres? That's the question, because
Yeah.
Again, then they have to. The thing with United is the public posturing of certain players like Garnacho and Rashford is such that they degrade the value a lot, right? So,
Yeah.
like if like Rashford or Garnacho in the market, current market is like 50-60 mil, but nobody will pay that much. So like they're going for 40 mil. So will they be able to generate so much funds because they have other priorities as well, right? And they need a goalkeeper
Definitely.
as well because like Onana is someone they have to replace, at least get a backup to him, right? So there are other priorities, and they already have 2 and 3 strikers, right? And Chido has went there thinking he'll get an option, and then you're having 2 strikers and getting another guy. I'm not sure what his future will be there. So like um, probably if he would have stayed here, he might have started like at least got a few minutes under his belt last season, right?
Easily.
So yeah, I mean,
At least in
They would
those
have to.
Southampton game and all that, I'm sure he would have
yeah,
gotten
he
some
would have. He
minutes.
would have. I mean, we started, the Butler and all these
Ah.
guys. Like, uh, yeah, I mean, he has played 2 games for us, right? And
Yeah.
he actually had a disaster, loan at the third League Two or League One, some
Yeah.
Oldham, I think, Oldham or something. So like, he was so bad, like even Oldham didn't want him, right? And he's playing for Arsenal. So obviously, Chido would have at least got some decent minutes under his belt. So
Definitely.
Right.
and,
No,
yeah.
United have already spent like what 62 on Cunha, 60, 65 on
65
MOM, and they'll have to spend 60 again on Gyökeres, man.
on Jokeris, yeah.
It's stupidity.
And
But
without CL, without not having good finances as well,
can't
right?
cope. Yeah.
You guys think
But
Jokeris could
again,
end up at Chelsea?
Nah, I don't think
Harish?
they're as stupid to sign that sort of a player.
I think
Guys, like I said,
think
Raja and Jokeris, this is the PG version that is coming out. That is all I'm saying.
what
But yeah,
what
Arish, go on.
what Gyökeres is to Raja is what Garnacho is to me, man. Simple.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Arish, go on.
I think they'd rather go for an Ekitike because that's being linked as well, and it's a different profile than Delap.
Oh, ha.
I agree. I concur.
Makes
If
sense.
they already have Liam Delap, why would they want to get Victor Gyökeres, man?
They already have Jackson as well, right? So unless someone is leaving, because
Jackson,
Nico Jackson is also there. So unless they sell someone like, and they already have other players as well, like younger players. So unless they sell, I'm not sure they'll get another strike.
Sukayo Baka.
Even Bundesliga official YouTube channel. So Bundesliga has been doing this for a while. Portuguese league has not done this for Nunes. They have not done this for like other players. Like for Jokeris is the one that we're seeing. So you can imagine
Made
like
one on Sesko like last week only.
Yeah. Is Rodrigo Messiah or something? Oh damn! Wait. Okay. Interesting. But you know what? All the 21 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for like tuning in and for liking this stream. We've hit 31 likes. That is insane. The subscribers, we are at 1,322, which is still insane. We'll wait for like 2 more minutes for sending in all your comments. We'll try and finish off with the ones that are here, and then we want to discuss regarding the left wing situation, because that bro has been putting up comments regarding that for like last 10 minutes, only that. So we'll discuss that. And yeah, if anything, next 2 minutes, if you have questions for all of us, send it in, or if you have anything specific to Prat or any specific people on this panel as well, do send it in as well. Okay, cool. In my opinion, कोई भी striker आ जाएगा. Arteta 20. That's one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're starting the season. I said that if we don't get a striker and we get like Watkins and a Delap with a left winger, I would still be happy, because I'm sure we can still score. We can bang.
So
goals.
Mikel Merino literally scored 7 goals as a striker at Arsenal, man. I mean, come on, in the Premier League.
Jokeris next destination. Something United,
Final
something Chelsea.
West Ham United.
Do you guys weirdly feel he might go to Forest?
He'll suit them. Chris Wood, man, come on.
See, don't ask me logic, because I don't have any answer. I just feel, feels like it. Just pure
He just wanted to wear the red and white, so he chose.
Good shout. But at the
Uh,
at the moment, the most probable destination for him, if it is not
hmm,
Arsenal, it will be United, man. I mean,
hmm,
everything adds up for United to sign Gyökeres. They are
hmm,
I
stupid
think
hmm,
enough to give him that
they'll
much
find
money, and
funds for
he's,
him.
huh? They are stupid enough to buy him because the Amorim link, and Gyökeres will be like, okay, no one is buying me, which is the club
Hmm.
who can take me and who needs a striker. It's United. Simple.
I
hmm,
would have
hmm.
said
I
I
think
would have said Lille also, but they've just signed Giroud as well.
Aye,
no. I
Bhagwan.
mean,
Giroud is
no,
still
no,
making
no. I
that kind of
mean,
moves? Damn.
And
Crazy.
no,
At
Giroud,
38.
man.
yeah.
Uh,
Giroud.
Gyökeres. I mean, yeah, I don't like Gyökeres for Arsenal, but I think for United, I think he's half decent. I mean,
I
he won't
agree.
be as good as someone like Ekitike or something, but he'll be
hmm,
pretty decent as for them.
hmm. Makes sense. Not Gyökeres is fair enough.
Nah, man, I don't hate Martinelli like that, man.
Where may
Uh,
Gyökeres go if we cheat into Sesko? That's what
wait,
United.
wait, just.
It could be anywhere. Chelsea, French? Nah, man. A Gyökeres to Liverpool as Nunes is leaving. I
AKTK.
Yeah,
They would
like
go
how
for.
Prat said, Ekitike is the ones. Yeah. Your channel reached Nepal, bro. Oh, damn, crazy. Okay, we're hitting international, guys. We've hit international waters. Thank you so much.
Uh, I
What?
can't. I can't anymore with what I used to.
Uh, वो बाकी दो लोगों का भी चेहरे देख
जरा दिखाओ
हाँ
दिखाओ
in
दिखाओ
time
आ
with
जाएगा.
confidence with more support from
Aega.
you guys definitely why not. I'll go for the night. Gyökeres would still Premier we know which club and their fans will go
Yeah.
raring. Why not? Good night. Good
he
night, Keshav.
rejected Arsenal. He rejected Arsenal.
Yeah. Good night, Keshav. Thank you so much for like staying till the till now. But yeah, I guess that's it for the comments for now. We'll just discuss this thing. Everyone predict your left wing realistic options, and also Krish, right? Was it Krish? Wait, where's that comment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krish.
KR sir.
Do let us know your three left wingers that you think are
Yeah.
above Rodrigo. If it is Nico Williams
Okay, so
and Rafael, yeah.
sorry for interrupting. So
Yeah.
Nick Woltemade guy is there now,
Hmm.
23 year old. He actually signed for Bayern right now.
Huh?
What?
Yeah,
Who?
verbal agreement has been done. The under 23
Ah,
German player.
I was telling Arush in the evening. I think he will go to Bayern.
Morning,
yeah.
Yeah.
morning,
Yeah,
morning.
he just
Oh,
verbal
that way.
agreement. Yeah,
Ha.
Man,
That's good
why?
for him, though.
Why
Bayern.
does it have to happen always,
But he
man?
just get better there, though, so it's good for him.
Definitely. And under the tutelage of Kane, he would definitely improve, man.
Yeah,
Striker. Okay, I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he's
And
midfielder,
Nick
no? Okay, makes
Voltemada.
sense.
Nick
Hmm.
Voltemada.
Hmm.
He's somewhat like Berbatov, like somewhat like him, like a casual sort of player. Like
Hmm.
I do see a Havertz in there. I won't
yeah,
even lie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And now the Muller is going. Havertz might suit what they had in their thing, but we never know. Company might change his way of play and
Voltemada
everything.
is a good guy, man.
Hmm.
He's been tearing up the Euros, man. I mean, he's just schooling everyone there.
Hmm.
He's got
Yeah.
he's got 9, 10 goals and assists in 5 games.
5 games, yeah.
Second. Great potential. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we have a Madrid fan. We are going beyond
Oi.
Arsenal and we are Premier League. Welcome, Aditya Dev. Welcome to the stream. As an ardent
mm,
Madrid fan, I
Oh,
would
go to
love to keep Rodrigo.
mm.
He's so good on the left in 24th first phase when Vinny was injured.
Huh?
Yeah.
Whoa!
What?
Why was this stat not
What?
said? Wait, was the stat that we
How?
saw before wrong?
2024 or 2023?
How? It can't be in 2024. Eh?
That's crazy.
Okay,
Definitely
he's a
not.
Madrid fan, man. Let's just
He'll obviously know
agree to
better, but
whatever
yeah.
he's saying, man. He would know better.
Mm-hmm.
But
Obviously.
where does Rodrigo actually fit in at Madrid if he's to play in his primary position?
Mm,
You've got Arda Güler, you've got Mastan Tuono, and then on the left hand side you've got Mbappe, Vinicius, and in the
mm.
middle there are reports of Arda Güler playing in the midfield. So where does he actually fit? He can't be guaranteed starting minutes at Madrid right now. He just can't be.
Yep.
And he's too big of a player to be kept as a luxury substitute. Unless he
Exactly.
wants to take that role and not develop. Yeah, it's up to him.
Love from Bangladesh. Oh, thank you so much, man. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are enjoying, and enjoy the rest of the few minutes that we have on the stream. Welcome. Okay, he says I'd prefer Barcola, Liao, Nico Williams over.
Unrealistic,
Ooh.
no links, unrealistic above Rodrigo.
I think
Okay.
he's just going for the preference. I mean, who he rates higher than Rodrigo.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd have to agree with that. Yeah.
I think
realistically,
Nico is Nico is the realistic left winger for us. Like for Arteta, I think he makes the most sense. But again, like if
yes.
it doesn't want to come, like it doesn't make sense to like get him right. And Bakola is
Yeah.
not for sale. So like whom do I have left? Again, Liao is someone who doesn't actually have a lot of out of possession stuff, right? So Rodrigo is very good in that perspective. Like he works a lot off the ball. So I think overall package wise, I think Nico Williams is the first choice, and Rodrigo obviously the second choice for me, especially right now.
Makes sense. Okay, last two comments and we'll wrap it up. Raja, this is for you specifically, I think so. Dorman agla season khelega. Will Match Dorman get minutes? Oh, what do you guys think? Raja, you answer. Take your time, answer this. This is only for you. Enjoy. Go ahead.
I'm sure he'll play a part in the next season. I think with so many players around, maybe not as much as I thought before. Or maybe will he be the backup for Saka? What do you think about that? On the right wing, give him the
It all
chance.
depends on the preseason as well. I think preseason will define a lot because if he gets significant minutes in the preseason, then we can hopefully see him again. At least in the Carabao Cup and cup games, or even Emirates Cup, for example. But if it doesn't play in the preseason, because like that's the time where we play a lot of youngsters and the backup sort of players or the new players, right? So if he doesn't get significant minutes there, then I am not sure whether he'll play a lot, right? So it will be like coming on as a sub in Carabao Cup games, for example. So he'll be like getting somewhat like how Patino was, kind of played for when he started, like. Now Ethan a couple of years like before like he got into the team properly. So like 100 minutes or 90 minutes here and there, not significant minutes, but let's see. I mean, he's just 14, 15-year-old. It's very early to like suggest how much minutes he'll play. Like, let him develop first, right?
Yeah, you're right, but I think he's really. I mean, I'd agree. Like Ethan Moneri is a great talent, but I think Dauman is like Yamal level talent. I think he'll force his way into the team, and let's see. You are right about like testing him out in preseason, and I think if he does well, I'm kind of feeling that like we'll use him as a Saka backup kind of a thing. Like for Carabao Cup games, but not like starting him from the beginning, but just as an option.
I mean, he'll have a similar trajectory to Baneri, and Baneri would have increased number of minutes, not in the MLS category when it comes to having a breakout season like that, but yeah, Baneri's minutes will improve drastically, and Darwin will be integrated like Baneri was this season.
Damn, Nico Williams is still being discussed, bro. The love that we have for Nico Williams on this channel and on this panel is unconditional, man. And the fact that Arush supports the national team, the Spanish national team, we'll keep hearing about him as the time goes. But yeah, left wing realist. Are bhai.
Bhai, de do
Okay.
yaar, de do na.
Okay, we'll do one thing. Okay, we are 5 people, one answer. Okay, we'll start with Prat. Who's your realistic left winger option?
Right now it's Rodrigo for me.
Cool, Rodrigo. Parth.
Rodrigo.
Arush.
Rodrigo.
Raja. If you tell some wonder kid in
No. All things point to Rodrigo, but I have a feeling it might be Anthony Gordon. We'll see.
Fair enough.
See, at least
Yes.
the bro didn't tell Rafael here, so I'm like, okay, huh. There is a
Rafael,
diff-
it's all
There are no
fans
credible links.
who've cooked up that.
Yeah,
Uh,
there are
It's
no
all
credible links.
fans who've cooked up that link, man.
hmm I would say Rodrigo as well. Same. Bro put 80 million on the table for PSG. They will say Barco. 80 million for Barco. See, I don't think Barco is
If
worth 50 million. I mean, 50 million max, but
yeah,
80 million is insane.
Bro,
So I
they
think
they paid 50
the
million,
report.
bro.
Yeah, I mean the report was he's extending and he's signing a new contract. So I don't think they'll
And he
be
was
like,
deemed untouchable by Fabrizio like
yes. I
last year.
mean they'll not sell because they need
and if
someone to come off the bench as well, right?
Hmm,
So
hmm.
and if 80 million is to be put on a table, give it to Real Madrid, they'll 100% sell Rodrigo.
yeah.
Simple.
Yep, yep. Okay, last two comments and we'll wrap it up because after that we'll probably just stay. Honestly, if he doesn't want to join y'all, no disrespect, but y'all shouldn't go after him the whole saga. Exactly. We did the last season. We made a big mistake. So yeah.
Bro, we were after him for 1 year without making an iota of progress, man.
Ha. I mean, even when Spain was playing the Euros, right? I remember seeing Arsenal fans screaming, "Come to Arsenal," and all that happened. So yeah.
Bro, that
Uh,
guy never wanted us, man. He was like,
mm-hmm.
if you want me to join you, then give me more money.
Yep.
Who the fuck was that?
Charlie Patino is it? Whoa, he's. Oh, remember that one
He's
Mexican
in
kid,
the
Florence
second
something.
division
He's
of
in
La Liga, bro.
क्या नाम था यार?
What? Miguel
What was
Aziz.
that Mexican guy's name?
Floral
Miguel
something, dude.
Aziz.
No, Florence
No,
Marcelo
something,
no,
dude.
Flores. Marcelo
Mexican
Flores.
winger.
Marcelo
Ah.
Flores.
Yeah.
Okay. And Patino, where is
Plays for the
Patino?
Tigres something guy.
Patino is
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tigres, yeah. Mexican guy.
second
Patino
division.
plays for some second division, yeah, Spanish club.
Deportivo or
Wow.
something. Deportivo Palma.
Corona, something like that.
Damn.
And Charlie Patino was the Ethan Vaneri before Ethan Vaneri, man.
हाँ. Miguel Aziz as well during those games. But
Miguel.
realistic bola tha Rodrigo. We realistic thing Rodrigo, man. But yeah, this conversation can go on. The stream, let's bring it to end because 2 hours 47 minutes running. Thank you so much, first of all, to our special guest Prat for coming.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks a lot, guys.
yeah. For staying till the very end. 17 concurrent views, absolutely insane. 33 likes, close to 54 watch hours and counting. We've hit 1,322 subscribers. The only disappointment is that we didn't get a Here We Go on stream. That is the only thing. But overall, a beautiful stream. Very, very good conversation with all the people and the chat as well across the world. Looks like that. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Yeah, next time it will be Starbucks, guys, not from home. So I'll see you from Starbucks. Okay.
End of an
We'll
era.
see you. Yep. Okay then. We'll see you soon. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Bye. Good
Okay.
night.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.